This regular meeting of the Socorro Independent School District Board of Trustees will come to order. The date is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. The time is 6:02 p.m. and we have a confirmed quorum. Let's start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. One of our outstanding students from Horizon Heights Elementary School and her dad, Martin Garcia, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. After undergoing 3 open heart surgeries, I'm sorry, folks, if you want to sit down for a bit still, I want to read this. But after undergoing 3 open heart surgeries, kindergartner Haley Garcia is seizing the opportunity to promote heart health to kids in the community. In August, Haley was selected as one of 15 children and adolescents nationwide and the only one from Texas to be an American Heart Association's National Youth Heart Ambassador. She aims to inspire her fellow Hornets to keep their hearts healthy and strong through the organization's in-school programs, Kids Heart Challenge and American Heart Challenge. No matter the obstacles she has faced, Haley enjoys singing and dancing in school and making new friends. Her best friend is her sister, Sophia. And we know that because she wanted chocolate and made sure she got some chocolate for her sister, too. So sweet. A second grader, Sophia, her sister, is a second grader at Horizon Heights. When Haley grows up, she plans to become a nurse and help others as she has been helped. Congratulations, Haley. We wish you the best in life. Okay, now, please join me and Haley in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Haley. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Garcia. All right, continuing with our agenda, we'll go with the interim superintendent's comments. Mr. Vasquez, please.
Good evening, President Nara, members of the board, and members of the community. First of all, great job to Haley on that Pledge of Allegiance. She rocked it. Great job. I want to start off this evening, by introducing the new leaders to the Socorro Independent School District. First, we have our new principal from Desert Wind Pre-K-8 School, Mr. Luis Carrillo. Help me welcome new principal of the Escondria STEAM Academy, Irma Ojeda. New assistant principal of the Sierra Vista STEAM Academy, Jessica Irigoyen Tristan. New assistant principal at John Owenser Middle School, Annette Garcia. New assistant principal of Rafael Hernando Middle School, Dr. Danielle Navaris. And finally, new assistant principal of Americas High School, Cassandra Hernandez. Welcome and congratulations to all of you. Continuing with my comments, football games are in full swing at the SAC-2. Great job to our athletics departments, police, fine arts, transportation, and all of the staff members who have been working so hard to keep everything flowing efficiently to give our students, families, and community members a wonderful experience. I was out there this past Friday, and if you have not been out there, you need to go. It's a beautiful stadium, great experience, great sound. So we look forward to having more great games this week. On Saturday, we had our 10th annual Walk for Success. We appreciate the principals, counselors, and staff who took the time this past weekend to visit with students at their homes and encourage them to come back to school. There were lots of great conversations and success stories in connecting with these students. Every student matters, and we are all in to provide endless opportunities and to help them earn their diplomas. Thanks to the attendance and technology teams and everyone who participated in executing this awesome Walk for Success. I also want to thank President Nahara, Mr. Guerra, and Ms. Garcia for being here also on Saturday. Coming up this weekend, we have a few events, or this month, excuse me. On Saturday, the 21st, we do have the Father-Son Building Ties Conference. That's going to start at 7:30, and that'll last till 3 p.m. Again, on this Saturday at Pebble Hills High School. On September the 28th, it's SISD Day at the Locomotives. It's a day game. It's at 1 p.m. out at Southwest University Park, so we look forward to seeing you all there. And finally, on September 27th, it is Gold Out El Paso, and there's also going to be the Royal Run for Hope at 8 a.m. on September the 29th. That's a Sunday, and both of these are in support of child cancer awareness. So we're encouraging everyone to wear gold or yellow on September 27th. That's a Friday, and also to join the Team SISD team at the Royal Run for Hope on Saturday the 29th. Please check your weekly email newsletter to sign up for Team SISD. And this concludes my comments.
Thank you, Mr. Vasquez. Just before continuing, I know I missed last board meeting. Unfortunately, I had COVID, but it was right before my birthday. And just want to tell everybody I wasn't here to say thank you, but thank you for all the birthday wishes, and even more so for all the get well soon wishes for those people who reached out while I was sick. Thank you. Continuing then with special presentations. Mr. Escobar, please.
Good evening, President Nakara, members of the board, and Superintendent Mr. Vasquez. My name is Daniel Escobar, Chief Communications Officer for the district, and it is my pleasure to introduce tonight's recognitions. If you will please step down to receive our honorees. And before we begin those formal recognitions, we'd like to invite our pledge student, Haley Garcia, and her family to the front to join Mr. Vasquez and the trustees for a photo. All right, thank you again so much. I didn't even have to say smile. They were just. Thank you, sir. For tonight's first special presentation, we recognize a Socorro ISD volunteer who earned the 2024 Heroes for Children Award from the State Board of Education District 1. The prestigious Heroes for Children Award is given to individuals for their time and effort supporting public school students. For 16 years, this individual has been all in helping SISD students achieve an excellent education so they can succeed now and in the future. While her 2 children were in school, she was actively involved in volunteering at their schools, serving on PTA boards and at SISD community events, such as leading the uniform swap for many years. Since her children graduated high school, she has continued to contribute her talents to SISD. She is a secretary for the SISD Foundation, Excellence in Education Board of Directors, and volunteers with the Texas PTA as a scholarship judge. She was among 15 award recipients honored during the State Board of Education General Meeting on September 13th in Austin. Congratulations to Ms. Linda Miner. Congratulations once again. For our next special presentation, we recognize an SISD police sergeant whose heroic actions helped to save a child's life. While returning home, the sergeant noticed a couple outside their home holding a toddler in their arms and waving frantically for help. Without hesitation, she ran to offer aid and quickly determined that the child, Benjamin Sepulveda, had something lodged in his throat and was not breathing. Based on her training and experience, the sergeant performed life-saving techniques and was able to dislodge the item from Benjamin's throat. Thanks to her valiant efforts, Benjamin is doing well today. He's here with us today. Her actions exemplify the hard work and dedication that SISD police officers demonstrate daily in protecting our community. On behalf of Team SISD, we express our heartfelt gratitude to Sergeant Yvette Bettis. She is joined by Chief Johnson and Lieutenant Liano. And for this photo, we are going to ask Ms. Sepulveda and her son Benjamin to join us for this photo here. Thank you so much again. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir? You want this?
Sergeant Bettis, for your acts of valor and heroism on that day and the service to the community, I present you with a life-saving award. Please wear that on your uniform whenever you have your uniform on.
Thank you again. Congratulations, and thank you for all you do for our community. And that concludes our recognitions for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, continuing then with Board of Trustee business. 5A, consider approval of proclamation for National School Lunch Week, October 14th through 18th, 2024. Ms. Shinosky, please.
Good evening, President Nahara, Superintendent Mr. Vasquez, esteemed members of the board. My name is Shelley Chinosky, and I'm honored to serve as Director of Child Nutrition Services. I am here to present a proclamation for the National School Lunch Week, which we will be celebrating from October 14th to the 18th. National School Lunch Week is a time to recognize and celebrate the importance of a healthy school lunch in a child's life and the impact it has on their overall well-being and academic success. I'm proud to share that to date, our Child Nutrition Services team, which I have myself and all my team in green and red shirts back here, stand up, stand up. These are some of our leaders, supervisors, coordinators, and other leaders that we have who help support the program. And again, I am proud to share that to date, our Child Nutrition Services team at the campuses has served an impressive 849,019 lunch meals. That doesn't include breakfast, and that's up to date, and we're only 6 weeks in. This achievement is a testament to our commitment to providing nutritious, balanced meals for our students every day. Our efforts ensure that every child has access to the food they need to learn, grow, and thrive. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the board for their continued support of our child nutrition program. Together, we are making a significant difference in the lives of our students. With that, I would like to introduce a remarkable 5th grade scholar from Desert Wind Pre-K-8 School, Mia Iniguez, who will read the proclamation. Miss Mia is an 11-year-old, and she has achieved high STAR test scores last school year. In addition, she participated in the science fair, where she placed 3rd, and the art show, where she placed 2nd. Mia has competed in chess, writing, and the math bee. In addition, our amazing scholar, Miss Mia, is currently part of the Desert Wind School Texas Blue Bonnet Book Club, where participating in the students read chapter books, as well as she is part of the Mavericks Book Club, where students read graphic novels. So super excited to introduce this amazing scholar, Miss Mia.
National School Lunch Week Official Proclamation. Whereas the National School Lunch Program has served our nation admirably for 78 years through advanced practices and nutrition education. And whereas the National School Lunch Program is dedicated to the health and academic achievement of our nation's children. And whereas recent research shows students are receiving their healthiest meals at school. And there is evidence of the continued need for nutrition education and awareness of the value of school nutrition programs. Now, therefore, I, Mia Iniguez, of the Socorro Independent School District, do hereby proclaim the week of October 14th through the 18th, 2024, as National School Lunch Week. I encourage all residents to become aware of the benefits of the National School Lunch Program and support good nutrition habits for their children, in the hope of achieving a more healthful citizenry for today and the future.
Thank you, Ms. Mia. We ask for your consideration and approval of the proclamation.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion to approve made by Mrs. Nájera, seconded by Mr. Guerra. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The item passes. Thank you, Ms. Shinoski.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to 5B. Consider approval of Texas Education Human Resources Day Resolution, October 9th, 2024. Ms. Stiles, please.
Good evening, Board President Nájera, members of the board, and Interim Superintendent Mr. Vasquez. My name is Selena Stiles, Interim Chief Human Resources Officer. And this evening, we're going to be presenting the resolution for HR Day. The Texas Education Human Resources Day is a day dedicated to recognizing and honoring the significant contributions of school staff within the Department of Human Resources. Socorro ISD employs more than 8,000 employees, making us one of the largest employers in the area. Our HR team works very hard every day to ensure our campuses and departments are staffed with top-notch professionals. And we have some of them with us. If they'll stand, please. And this evening, to read the resolution, we have Ezekiel Schultz. He's an 8th grader from Colonel John O. Enzer Middle School.
Whereas the Human Resources Division is an instrumental in recruiting, selecting, resourcing, and retaining quality staff in support of providing an excellent education for all students, and whereas human resources play a key role in fostering satisfaction and loyalty among employees by allowing for professional growth and development and keeping employees informed about policies, working conditions, and compensations and benefits, and whereas human resources monitors and manages the current and future workforces, trends, organizational culture, legal and legislative trends, and ethical and social responsibility, and whereas human resources is an important part of the district leadership and is vital to the overall productivity and efficiency of the district workforce, and whereas human resources is a valid and respected department that sustains the district's most important asset, its people. Therefore, the Board of Trustees of the Socorro Independent School District does hereby resolve the October 9th, 2024 will be observed as Texas Education Human Resources Day. Throughout the district, the board encourages the students, staff, and parents to express their appreciation to our human resources team members to their dedication and commitment to the Socorro ISD employees and students.
Thank you to Ezekiel. Administration recommends consideration and approval of the item as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mr. Guerra, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ms. Stiles. Thank you, Ezekiel. Good job. All right, continuing then with 5C. Consider approval of resolution in support of Socorro Safe Routes to School Project Grant.
Good
Dr.
evening.
Cruz.
Good evening, Board President Nájera, members of the board, Superintendent Vasquez, and community. My name is Andrea Cruz, Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services, and we would appreciate your consideration and possible approval of the resolution in support for the Socorro Safe Routes to School project, as will be presented by Ms. Alejandra Valadez, City Development Director for the City of Socorro. And she will be presenting on the Safe Routes to School project and expanding on the request for grant support.
Good afternoon, Board of Trustees and Interim Superintendent, Mr. Vasquez. First of all, thank you very much for allowing me to speak here to you all today and present this project to you all and also to the community. We won't take too much of your time. We just want to give you a brief overview of the project and request your approval on a resolution of support. The El Paso Metropolitan Planning Organization does have a call for projects out at this time. They are requesting projects that align with the program priorities for this program. This program funds projects that benefit communities in terms of bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure. They do not fund any infrastructure for motorized vehicles, so we're focusing this project on pedestrian infrastructure for the community. The Socorro Safe Routes to School project does involve approximately 8 miles of new ADA accessible sidewalks, as well as safety improvements around 9 area schools. The schools are listed there, but they include all of the public schools that are within the City of Socorro city limits. So the project development team first of all, they did a gap assessment. They looked at the sidewalks that are currently available in Socorro. As you know, Socorro is an older community. We do lack a lot of sidewalk infrastructure. So as you can see on the map, the blue lines represent existing sidewalks. The team then also looked at attendance pattern for our 9 public schools in Socorro. And as you can see, some of the students do travel to school by walking. However, we do see that there are some areas in the community that are lacking proper safe routes to school and sidewalk infrastructure. So then we looked at which streets could benefit from a sidewalk improvement and that were close to approximately a 1 mile radius from a school. We also did some field observations. Our engineers went and drove through all of the neighborhoods and all of the schools. We also did a Safe Routes to School audit at Escontrias STEAM Academy and Socorro High School area. We did identify a number of hazardous conditions for students, specifically involving the Walmart, Rio Vista area, and we do understand that these areas need to be addressed in order to make it safe for students to walk out of their schools, meet their parents, and also walk to school safely. So those are some of the conditions that we saw out at Rio Vista, just to provide an example. Next slide, please. We do see that SISD police is doing a great job in helping to mitigate some of the hazardous conditions, but we do need to provide those safe crosswalks, flashing beacons, in order to mitigate some of the hazards posed by the traffic, as well as the people that are coming in and out of the Walmart parking lot. So some of the proposed enhancements include raised crosswalks, pedestrian flashing beacons, additional striping on the road, and also some pedestrian fencing. And of course, everything right now is a draft format because we're still working on with our engineers. We're gathering feedback from the community. This morning, we did meet at Socorro High School for coffee with the principal, and we did get a lot of valuable feedback from the parents there. So at this time, the project is totaling approximately $3.8 million. There is a 20% match requirement, which the city of Socorro has committed to match. So the city council did commit to about $700,000 towards this project. At this time, we are requesting approval from the board for a resolution of support. There is no financial request or financial commitment implied through this resolution, but this does give us a really good opportunity to work together as a city and as a district in making sure that we are transparent about these projects with the community, that we get valuable feedback, and that we incorporate the feedback from the community into these projects. So our next steps are to continue to meet with the community. If the community would like to provide feedback, we will be presenting at the coffee with the principals, at our coffee with the chief at Socorro High School, and you're more than welcome to reach out to the city and provide any feedback or input you may have on these projects. And with that, I want to thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a quick comment. Ms. Valadez, thank you for coming and bringing this to us, and please share our thank you to the city of Socorro for finding those matching funds. And for bringing us to the table. I think that's very important that we're working in collaboration because it's truly going to benefit our community and our students, especially to get our parents also involved within our schools like they always are, but to get our students safe to school. So thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you. The city also believes we have a lot of overlapping beliefs. We believe that students in Socorro should have the same amenities, sidewalks, trees, all of those things as students in the rest of the county, so we appreciate very much your time. Thank you.
Dr. Cruz?
Yes, thank you, board. We're requesting your approval of the resolution in support.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mrs. Macias, seconded by Mr. Guerra. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you very much. Okay, 5D. Yes. 5D, discussion and possible action regarding nominations for El Paso Central Appraisal District Board of Directors, that's EPCAD. So the current term for the El Paso Central Appraisal District, EPCAD, Board of Directors concludes on December 31st, 2024. Before October 15th, 2024, the taxing units with voting entitlement participating in EPCAD must submit nominee names to the chief appraiser. 2 directors will serve a 1-year term, and 3 directors will serve a 3-year term. I believe we have a guest from EPCAD to provide some more insight.
Good evening, Board of Trustees. My name is Rick Medina. I'm the Director of Administration for the El Paso Central Appraisal District. Senate Bill 2, the bill that passed the $100,000 exemption, had to get votes. In order to get those votes, they compromised with some senators, and they added this section where they changed the makeup and the way our board is selected. So that's how they compromised to get that bill passed. So our board now is comprised of the tax assessor collector, who's an ex officio member, voting member. We have 3 generally elected candidates that are elected. That process has already happened. They took office July 1st. And now we have 5 appointed directors that we need to appoint. And the voted entitled entities are cities, towns, school districts, and community college. Now, it is the intent of that law that eventually all the board members will be serving staggered 4-year terms. But to get there, we're in phase 1, which is the 1-year term for 2 members and a 3-year term for 3. And again, all that information has to be given to the chief appraiser by before October 15th. Before October 30th, everything's before. Before October 30th, we have to create a ballot and return it to all the entities to vote. Then we need to get, by resolution, your votes cast before December 15th, at which time we have until before December 31st to count the votes and submit the results to the entities. And that's how those 5 members are appointed. And today you're just now nominating, I believe tonight, a candidate that will be voted on at a later date. Any questions?
Questions for Mr. Medina? No?
Mr. Medina, you said 3 members were elected?
Yes, 3 members were elected.
By whom?
By the general public. It's a general election.
And previous to Senate Bill 2, all of the members were appointed by the voting entities,
That's
correct?
correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Medina, so what do you need from us today right here?
Well, we need nominees. So far, we have 5 that we've gone through other entities. The more we have, the more selection you'll have.
Okay.
Okay.
Just from communications, I believe Mr. Shane Haggerty, you've requested our support or nomination. Would you like to address the board, sir?
Thank you, President Nájera. Superintendent Vasquez, members of the board. It's certainly good to see you guys. It's certainly nice to be here and see how you guys run your board meeting. You guys make it a lot of fun, which is really cool. It was really inspiring to see Sergeant come up here and receive that award. As a former first responder, I certainly appreciate and applaud what she did. I know it wasn't easy, but we saw the fruits of her efforts, so I applaud you guys as well for having such an amazing security force. But I am here certainly to look for your support with the appointment to the Central Appraisal District. The way it's set up now is we do have those 3 members that have been elected, sort of. 2 people signed up to run, so there wasn't an election because there's 3 slots. So those 2 got those slots, and then we were able to appoint Mr. Mena, who was your previous appointee to the board, and his term will be finishing, or should have been finishing, the end of December, but he's now an elected member. So with the remaining 5, each taxing entity has a certain number of votes, and it's based off of, is it number of constituents? Tax levy. meaning that the city of El Paso gets like 1,800 votes. So they're guaranteed like 2 spots out of the 5. EPISD will get 1. And then there's 2 more seats for everybody else to kind of see how we do. Like, Socorro by themselves doesn't have enough votes to get a seat for sure. Neither does Ysleta. And being sister districts and working with a few of you, that's why I'm here tonight. I'm currently the board secretary, and what I'm looking to do is to continue on with the work I've been doing at the CAD so far, to continue to advocate for school districts, regardless if it's Ysleta, Socorro, or every school district in Region 19. That's my goal. My goal is also to continue to do what's best for the taxpayers, but also look out for the interests of school districts, of our students, and certainly our constituents. With your support, I was looking to see if I couldn't get your nomination and hopefully earn your votes, and then make sure that I come and be accountable to you guys. Bring reports, whether they be quarterly, whether they be monthly, depending on how you would like it, and just report what's going on at the Central Appraisal District, what's coming up in the pipeline, and offer any answers to any questions you might have. I'll certainly try my best to bring those in the know, so that way they can give us educated answers. That's what I was looking to do. So I appreciate your time, and thank you so much.
Any questions?
Mr. Haggerty, thank you for clarifying on the election that there wasn't actually an election held for these
Luckily,
two.
because the way it was set up, it would have cost about $750,000, which wasn't budgeted for to run that election since nobody else was running at the time. So kind of worked out in our favor, but at the same time, we didn't get that chance to vote, no.
You know how unfunded mandates work.
Thank you.
Exactly. Okay, so we need consideration of the resolution to nominate Mr. Shane Haggerty as a candidate for the El Paso Central Appraisal District Board of Directors. There have been no other requests to us for nominations. Sorry, that was a statement. There have been no other. The resolution is to nominate. Oh, do we have to read the full resolution? No? Okay. It's attached.
Motion to nominate Mr. Haggerty.
Second.
Motion to nominate Mr. Haggerty in accordance with the resolution made by Mr. Guerra, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion?
Just a question. So this is so new. If there are others that are interested, pretty much their time has passed since we are voting now
For
our recommendation.
For our recommendation, correct. And we won't have another board meeting before, a regular board meeting before October 15th. So we either nominate now or we don't get a chance.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Congratulations, sir. Thank you, Mr. Medina. Okay, moving on then to open forum. Each person who signed up was provided a copy of the open forum basic rules and advised when they signed up that policy BED applies to the process. Please respect the process during your presentation. As a reminder, each speaker is allowed 3 minutes. If you've signed up for more than one item, you do get a total of 5 minutes, and I will ask you before we proceed how you would like to split your time. We'll proceed with open forum. Our first speaker is Mr. Tommy Hill.
How you guys doing today? Okay. When we started the school year, we came in and we did our bids. First thing that we noticed is there was approximately 25 to 30 routes that weren't there. They were all consolidated. With the consolidation of them, it overcrowded buses. So you guys, most of you guys have been in a bus. You know, once you go to 3 per seat, the seat belts become null and void because they don't fit. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And I think we need to look a little bit closer into it, because when we go talk to our supervisor, they said, but we know you can do it. And then, so we need to look further into that thing. Another thing that came in is at the beginning of this year, we found out that all the routes were 6 hours, but then they had none of the activities on them. Once the activities were put on those routes, a lot of the routes went to 8 hours. So then we go into the coordinator, and then on this, they write out this paper where your route's 8 hours, but if you call off, you're only getting 6. This is the first year this has ever happened. And, you know, I understand that we want people to come to work, but, I mean, is the cuts only going to go to the people making the least amount of money here? I mean, that's what's happening. We don't see any deduction in any of the cuts going to anybody making $70,000 or more, any coordinators or any directors, just to the people making the least amount of money. And I know we cut 10% of everybody's budget, but I really don't think that's fair. I mean, we cut 30 routes, and then we froze the monitors. So if we think that we're saving money because we froze the monitors, bus drivers are being monitors. That's not savings. It's because we're desperate. We should have never froze the monitors. We're paying for it. They don't make that much money. That's not a cost that's effective. That's not a cost that's burdening this district. So with this, the cutting of 30 routes, I don't see us cutting any coordinators. They got less work, they got less routes. They just mess with the bus drivers. So we're condensed, we got more kids, we got more of a load. So that's what I'm up here for. I don't think it's right. I think we don't need to look a little bit closer into it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Our next speaker, Diego Carejo.
Hello, my name is Diego Carejo. I'm 10 years old. I'm in the 5th grade from Mission Ridge Elementary. Today I will talk about like students in my school, like the food. Like sometimes we don't have enough, or like for us 5th graders, we go to lunch around like 12:20, right? Most of the time, sometimes we run out of food sometimes. So I gotta eat like others type of stuff. And yeah, we gotta like make more food sometimes because we just run out sometimes for us 5th graders. Yeah, so yeah, we need more food because sometimes we run out, and especially more strawberry. And also the sidewalks. The sidewalks, we don't have that much, like, and also the parking lot in our school, like it's full of dirt, so yeah. What? Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Diego.
As you can tell, I did not prep him for this. It's all this.
Mr. Vasquez, can we look into the adequacy of food? Mr. Diego there, I think, is in 5th grade, which means they probably go to lunch last. Can we look at that at Mission Ridge,
Absolutely,
please, sir?
we'll look into that.
Thank you. Thanks again, Diego. Continuing then with our next speaker, Alfredo Agüero, please.
Buenas tardes. Antes de que corra mi tiempo, quisiera pedir quiero solicitar un traductor de español a inglés, ya que es el idioma español en el cual puedo expresar mejor mis ideas. Before my time begins, I want to make a request for a Spanish to English translator. Do we have one?
Mr. Aguero, we have translation services on the screen. I believe if you need translation services at the meeting, those need to be requested in advance.
Okay, that's no.
Okay,
Thank you.
so your time starts now, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alfredo Agüero, and I'm a community organizer in the area of special education and volunteer member with a time-bound organization and founder of a parent support group, Padres Empoderando Padres en Educación Especial en El Paso. First of all, I want to thank Mr. James Vasquez for allowing us to have the meeting on August 29 to begin having these good discussions. And it is the best way to parents and the community to have closer relationship with the Socorro district that you, Mr. Vasquez, represents. Thank you, Mr. Vasquez. I want you to know that this conversation will serve to make plans and develop alternative programs for students in general with disciplinary problems. Also, to be able to have workshops for parents with children in special education programs. This will help parents to know about their rights and responsibilities in special education so that they can advocate for their own children, but also very important so that they know agencies and organizations that provide services to special education students. I want to let everybody know that Mr. Jensen, Director of Special Education Department, does not authorize me and other parents to participate in the workshops that SISD is carrying out. Only to question the misinformation or lack of information in these workshops. Let's go to another topic. I remind you that the meeting on June 19, 2024, all of you unanimously approved Mr. Ricardo Castellano's proposal to use $200,000 to have interpretation in these meetings. Also, on the board meeting on January 17, 2024, it was agreed unanimously that the Spanish-English-Spanish translation will be for the entire board meeting and not just for my public comments or my comments on the agenda items. All of you also voted for these meetings to have a Spanish translation on YouTube. The minutes of June 19 were approved and the meeting of July 24. And until today, September 18, 2024, we still not have a Spanish-English, English-Spanish interpretation. It's been 2 months. How long do we have to wait to have interpretation services? The words it will raise like a feast when it is in the hands of the oppressed, worded by Subcomandante Marcos. La palabra se levanta como puño cuando está en manos del oprimido, citado por Subcomandante Marcos. Gracias, señora Vázquez, por la cita que tenemos pendiente para el siguiente mes. Muy agradecido. Gracias.
Our next speaker, Sammy Carejo, please. Mr. Carejo, you signed up for 2 items. You get a total of 5 minutes. Two and a half, yes, sir.
Just to piggyback on Mr. Agüero, some of you guys might need some translation there. The reason for that is that we have a lot of parents, and I say we because I've been working with Mr. Agüero on different things to include special ed, okay? Like he said, Mr. Vasquez, thank you so much. You met with us. You know, anybody can find problems, but can anybody find solutions? And that's what we want to do. Yeah, I come out here all the time and yell at you guys and all sorts of stuff, but guess what? Not because I dislike you. Is that I'm trying to find a solution for our kids. Everything that I do is for our children, okay? A couple months ago, I got arrested. I was going to speak on behalf of 6 families with special needs, and I was arrested. Chief Johnson right now said, "You're not going to say hi to me, Sammy?" Of course not. You arrested me. Illegally arrested. Class C misdemeanor, okay? Violation of my First Amendment rights. Okay, so Mr. Blanco, take this down. We will be filing a civil lawsuit for that. And there's other things that happened with that. The way it was enforced, the way the Chief Johnson had training at Eastlake Middle School the day before. I received a phone call from Dr. Gonzalez. "Mr. Carejo, are you gonna be at the meeting today?" "Yeah, why?" I got arrested. And then what happened last month, even after I paid all those warrants, I got a call saying those warrants were out again, a second time. I went to go pay to Judge Lujan, which we all know, JP6. You guys know where Clint is? Mr. Hinojosa, you know where Clint is. It's all by Fabens. I was taken all the way to Clint, Texas. I should have been taken to SISD Police Department, but I wasn't. Why? Mr. Blanco, take a look at that, okay? The way the arrest was done, where I was taken to, it's gonna get pretty ugly. But even after the fact that I got arrested again, within 5 days of being arrested, Mr. Vasquez opened the door to me, and I was there. Because this isn't about me. I will spend a day in jail many times protecting children. And he even cracked a joke. Somebody said something about, oh yeah, going to jail. He even said, maybe Sammy knows about that. And I said, Mr. Vasquez, too soon, too soon. But you know what? Even though he knew I had been arrested, he knew I was there to speak up for our children. But it takes more than just us speaking here. There's a lot of parents who were in that meeting who have family members that don't speak English. So he is not asking for a translation for him. He's asking for translation for those monolingual parents who are too scared to come here, who watch on YouTube. But how can they understand if they don't speak English? So yes, thank you for putting those words when he's there, but they're not for him. They're for the parents to understand me, to understand you guys. That's the only way we'll be able to communicate properly, is if everybody gets the same opportunity for the same information. Thank you.
Our next speaker, Diana Serrano.
Before I start my speech, just to let you know, as soon as Mr. Agüero started speaking, the interpretation just went off on the screen, so it wasn't there completely. Good evening, members of the school board. I am here today to address a critical issue that affects the educational experience and legal rights of students with disabilities in our district. It has come to my attention that some general education teachers and substitute teachers are not consistently following the individualized education programs or IEPs of their students. This noncompliance is not only a violation of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, but also significantly impacts the affected students' academic progress and overall well-being. Some specific examples of noncompliance are as follows: not providing a student additional time to complete assignments, allowing extra time to cool down when not being able to verbally communicate, teacher checking for understanding. Failure to adhere to IEPs has serious consequences. Students rely on these plans to receive the accommodations and supports they need to succeed. When these plans are not followed, students can fall behind academically, experience increased frustration, and feel isolated from their peers. It is important to note that noncompliance with IEPs can lead to legal ramifications for our district. Under IDEA, schools are legally obligated to implement IEPs as written. Failure to do so can result in complaints and potential legal action, which can be costly and damaging to our district's reputation. I respectfully request that the student board take the following action to address this issue. Provide additional training. Ensure that all general education teachers and substitute teachers receive comprehensive training on the importance of IEPs and how to implement them effectively. Regular monitoring. Establish a system for regular monitoring and compliance checks to ensure that the IEPs are being followed. To support these actions, I suggest the following solutions. Organize regular workshops and professional development sessions focused on IEP implementation for our general education teachers and substitute teachers. Develop a support system where special education teachers and other related service providers can assist general ed teachers and substitute teachers in understanding and implementing IEPs. Implement a feedback mechanism for parents and students to report any issues related to IEP compliance. Together, we can create an inclusive and supportive learning environment for every student. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Thank you. Our next speaker, David Serrano, please.
Yeah. My name is David Serrano, and I'm a student at Eastlake High School. I really love school, and I want to learn. I've loved school since middle school. I never even wanted to be absent, even if it was for something fun. But I learned different from other people. And it's sometimes hard for a lot of people to understand, and because of that, I want my general education teachers and substitutes to follow my AEP, which is individualized education program, and to be patient with me because it's very hard for me to process things in a short amount of time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Vasquez, would you mind looking into their concern?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, we do have one more speaker, Mr. Carejo. That will come up to agenda item 10H, and I'll call you at that time, sir. Moving on then to 7, public hearing for the proposed 2024-2025 tax rate. Ms. Olson, please.
Good evening, Board President, Mr. Nahara, Interim Superintendent, Mr. Vasquez, members of the board. I'm Susan Olson, the Director of Budgeting. I do have 3 virtual guests that I'd like to introduce. I have our bond counsel, Jay Juarez, and our financial advisors, Dr. Angel Magallanes and Mr. Matt Lujan. They're here in case you have any questions on the defeasance portion of the hearing. So let's start with where we've been and where we're at. On June 26th, the district budget was adopted. July 24th, the district received the final certified values from the El Paso Central Appraisal District. August 29th, the district received the maximum compressed rate from TEA. August 30th, the notice of this meeting was published in the El Paso Times. The district can now move forward and adopt the tax rate for tax year 2024 to support the 24-25 district operating and debt service budget. Socorro ISD's 24-25 budget totaled $569.7 million. $479.6 million was for the general fund. $53.9 million was for debt service, and $36 million for the National School Breakfast and Lunch Program. The rate we're adopting this evening will support the general fund and the debt service expenditures. Let's review the tax rate components in bite-sized pieces. We'll start with the maintenance and operation tax rate. This is also known as the M&O tax rate. Pursuant to the Texas Tax Code, Chapter 26, the maximum rate districts can adopt without a voter approval tax rate election is the district's maximum compressed rate plus the greater of 5 golden pennies or the number of Tier 2 voter authorized enrichment pennies set in the prior year. So for tax year 2024, the district's M&O rate is 0.6189 plus the 5 enrichment pennies for a total of 0.6689. Compared to tax year 2023, this is a reduction of 8.5 pennies. In the future, the district has the capacity to increase the tax rate by the remaining 12 enrichment pennies. 3 are golden and 9 are copper pennies. However, this would require a voter approval tax rate election. I do want to point out a typo on the slide deck. Instead of 12 golden pennies, which is really wishful thinking, it should read 12 enrichment pennies. And you'll notice that I struck that out. So the takeaway from this slide is that the state rewards local effort. The yield on a golden penny for fiscal year 25 is $129.52. The district's 5 golden pennies currently generate approximately $31 million based on a weighted average daily attendance, or WADA, of 61,254. Next up, we're going to talk about the interest in sinking tax rate, better known as the INS tax rate. We've had several opportunities to discuss the defeasance, once in various committees and at the last board meeting on August the 21st. Currently, our outstanding debt is $735.3 million. What you'll notice is the amount that can be defeased, it ranges from $4.3 million to $10 million. And what you'll see also is the approximate interest savings. It runs anywhere from $1.25 million to $3.1 million. If the board chooses an amount less than the $10 million, there is required language for the motion that states the amount and the corresponding INS tax rate. As I mentioned, it's like we have our virtual guests to answer any questions that you might have on the defeasance.
Do you have any questions in regards to the defeasance? Questions?
So let's look at the total tax rate comparison. The total proposed tax rate for tax year 2024 is $1.589, 0.6689 for the purpose of M&O expenditures, 39 cents for the purpose of paying debt. The proposed tax rate of $1.589 is a decrease of a little over 19 cents. So let's see how this impacts the taxpayer. Compared to tax year 2023, the 2024 proposed tax rate of $1.589 will decrease taxes by $59 annually for a residence that has an average taxable value of $120,838. The no new revenue tax rate would impose the same total taxes as last year. It does not account for the impact in state aid that would occur if the tax rate is adopted. The no new tax rate is $1.14, which is 8 cents lower than the 2024 proposed tax rate. This is the district's 7-year tax rate history. The INS rate, which is the green bar, held steady at 39 cents until tax year 2023. Tonight, administration's recommendation for the INS tax rate will be 39 cents. The M&O tax rate, this is the blue bar, it has been reduced a little over 32 cents. This is due in large part to the state's maximum compressed rate requirement. So this is how we fare amongst other districts in our region. And we have a little bit of tax rate adoption protocol. So subsection 2605 of the Property Tax Code provides for the tax rate adoption protocol, in part based on how we answer the following questions. I'm not going to read all the questions to you because I think you can do that. Since the answer to all the questions is no, there is no language requirement for the resolution or order. Additionally, a record vote is not required, and the vote to adopt the tax rate only needs to be approved by a simple majority. While a record vote is not required, the district's consultant from Moat Casey recommends a record vote for the tax rate adoption. Mr. Nahara, if you would please open the meeting up for public comment.
Ma'am. Okay, so since this is a public hearing for the proposed 2024-2025 tax rate, we'll go ahead and open the floor to anyone who would like to speak to it. As a reminder, since this, in the interest of ensuring that we do get through the entire agenda, we will limit public hearing comments to 5 minutes per speaker. Is there anybody who would like to approach and speak? Mr. Lane.
Board President Nahara, Superintendent Mr. Vasquez, I'd like to congratulate Socorro ISD for presenting what looks like it's going to be the lowest tax rate and burden of the 3 major school districts. And as somebody who's retired from Socorro ISD several years ago, who lives on a TRS pension, any savings that I can get on property taxes is very welcome. I know it's been a very trying year for the district, but I think you're coming out as champions tonight with this. I want to thank Susan Olson for her wonderful presentation. It was very easy to follow. So Susan, thank you very much. Thank you, board.
I haven't been here in 2 months, so I'm gonna take advantage. Great. Once again, those numbers look great. My question is, what happened to the tax rate from last year, where it was higher than it was supposed to be? And I love it that we're saying good news, right? But we can't forget what happened last year. It went above the maximum. Am I correct? The answer is yes. So please do not forget that. And I'm not really talking to the board members. I'm really talking to YouTube and all the people there, that we have to hold people accountable. Making a mistake is human. It doesn't define you whether you make a mistake or not. What defines you is how you react and how you overcome these mistakes. And I want to make sure, like I said before, I'm not here just to identify problems. I'm here to find solutions. But if people are not held accountable, then we're going to have this same problem after these two gentlemen are gone. So please, police yourselves. Be honest with yourselves. Be honest with the taxpayers. And do the right thing. I don't want this just to be a one-time thing and then moving forward we go back to our old way. So please make sure that we take care of the past issues. Okay? Thank you very much.
This is the perfect example, the why we need translation in these meetings. Our people need this information in their language. We're talking about money we can put on our tables to feed our families. You guys raise the taxes, and they don't know. Our people doesn't know. If they lower the taxes, we get some savings. Probably we don't complain. But if we don't understand anyway, we don't know what happened. We can't say anything. We not even know what we're going to vote for. Please, we have to think of the community who doesn't speak English. We need all these meetings on a Spanish language because our community is big. And we understand that 92% of the students you got here in the district is Hispanic, is Mexicans, most of them. Please, we need translation.
Any other speakers? Okay. So now we need, later? Okay. With that then, the public hearing on the tax rate is closed. We'll continue then with 8. District reports. With the facilities report, Ms. Fierro.
Good evening, Board President Nájera, members of the board, Superintendent Mr. Vasquez. I'm Liliana Fierro, Director of Facilities and Construction. Tonight, I'm presenting to you an update on the 2017 bond budget and also in some of the non-bond projects. As you're aware, the items 1 through 11 and 13 and 14, those projects are already closed, completed 100%, and right now, Finance Department is transferring all the available amounts in those accounts to SAC 2 accounts to close the projects. So item 12, SAC 2, as you can see, column K, we have now a positive number for $70,031.89. That means that at this point, where the district doesn't need to spend any money from general funds to finish project SAC 2. Now, item 15, maintenance and facilities building, that project is still, or has a construction cost estimate of 6.8, and our department is pending the a directive. Okay. Do you have any questions on the budget? Okay. And moving on, and some of the non-bond projects. Tonight, I will present to you the final payment and final credit change order for the transportation electric bus charging stations. And also, my department is working on the security fencing. We are assisting the emergency management department. This project is district-wide, and I will present to you every board meeting the status of or the updates on this project. Do you have any questions? Okay, that'll be all. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, continuing then with 8B, Strategic Plan, Priority 3. Mr. Escobar, please.
Good evening once again, President Nakata, members of the board, Superintendent Vasquez, Daniel Escobar, Chief Communications Officer. Tonight we have a presentation update on our strategic plan, Priority 3. It'll be a little bit of a hybrid, Priority 3 with Priority 2 mixed in. The first item under Priority 3, Community Collaboration and Engagement, will be presented by Christy Flores-Jones. It's an update on our media relations outreach efforts. And then our blend with Priority 2, Staff Success and Satisfaction, Maya currently will present a new employee recognition program that actually started with a conversation with Mr. Nakata regarding additional employee recognition specifically for support employees. So we've planned that, prepared that, and are rolling that out this year. So presenting first is Christy.
Thank you, Daniel. Good evening, Board President Mr. Nájera, Superintendent Mr. Vasquez, and Board Trustees. As Daniel introduced me, I'm Christy Flores-Jones, Director of Public Relations. So tonight we're updating on Strategic Priority 3, again, how we're serving and marketing to our community through communication and collaboration and engagement. So this evening, with this update, we'll be focusing on media relations, as Daniel said. We're going to take a look at the first quarter of the new school year, and which we're looking back from July to September, where we are today. And in that time, we issued 35 press releases and web stories, and we fielded about 100 plus media inquiries that came into our office via email, phone calls, sometimes even text messages directly to Daniel and I. So we're proud to report that our overall tone and of the media coverage, of the media news stories, has vastly improved over the last several months. And that's a result of the direction from our district leadership, including our Board of Trustees, Superintendent Mr. Vasquez, and our TEA conservators. And of course, we also attribute it to the hard work and success of our teachers and students. That has been constant. We know that every day, a million great news stories, a million great things are happening in our district, at our schools. I'd like to point out about those web stories that we've also released or written and edited and published on our website. The media has found value in those stories that we're telling. Several occasions we've noticed that they have turned around some really great feature stories, highlights on our student success using that content that we produced and published on our website. So a specific example of the Estelas Estrellas segment on KTSM, we've seen them turn around some real nice student achievement stories. So it's good to see that recognition being shared with our greater community based on what we're sharing within our SISD community. So as far as our media coverage from July to current day, we've had about 205 news stories on the TV news stations, and that's the morning, noon, evening, nighttime newscasts. Along with that, and this is all inclusive, all the stories that have to do with Socorro ISD, our students, our staff, our schools. Social media and news outlets, the TV stations also have their social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, and so we've seen 54 of those posts having to do with us, and then 58 news stories on the websites. The TV stations often, what they've aired on TV, they'll post it as well on their TVs, on their websites. And then traditional print media or online newspaper stories, we've seen 14 that have to do with Socorro ISD. again, or our students, staff, and schools. The vast majority of all of this coverage, again, has been positive, so great turnaround. We're really happy to see that shift in the coverage and the attention being shined on the great things that Socorro ISD is known for. We know that we have a legacy of success among our students and staff, so good to see that recognition on the airwaves, online, social media. Over the last few years, we really have developed a robust media relations program, working directly with the assignment editors, the reporters, the photographers at the news stations. We're always working toward optimal media coverage and promoting our positive news in particular. So examples from the beginning of the school year, there was excitement about the opening of the SAC 2, the launch of the electric school buses, so we worked and coordinated with the media, helped them to get the video footage, the interviews, the information they needed to tell those great stories of these great things happening at the beginning of the school year. Those media requests come in almost on a daily basis. So we take the time, we do our due diligence to answer those requests, answer questions. A lot of the time we're answering or clarifying issues, topics, situations that come up, and vetting those media requests, they can take a day, they can take a couple hours, sometimes it takes a couple of weeks. But like I said, we're doing our best to answer in a timely manner, and but most important is to get the accurate information, the correct information. We work with our team, and that may result in a statement or setting up interviews, setting up B-roll or photo opportunities. The important thing is that we're openly and transparently answering those questions and working with our media partners to address those. Again, also community concerns when the public reaches out to the media, and then in turn they look to us for answers, for questions, clarifying situations, what's going on here or there. We do take the time, of course, to work with our staff and get that accurate information out there. One other mention about our positive news promoting, another step we take often is we share the footage and the videos and the interviews that we capture our team ourselves. We have a great little news team within our public relations staff. So we'll share that with the media. They're always appreciative. It helps them to develop their stories, enhance their stories, and get some great coverage that maybe if we hadn't shared, that wouldn't have happened. So two great recent examples, the Walk for Success over the weekend. We were out there with the principals, with the counselors, with the staff, and some of the media showed up and did some great coverage. Others, we shared that coverage with them. And so we got a weekend full of really nice stories about the Walk for Success, and then even into Monday morning and afternoon. And then just yesterday, Mr. Vasquez, Ms. Hernandez went out to surprise the winners of the attendance, the All In for Attendance campaign. We shared some footage with our media partners, and again, resulted in some really nice coverage. In fact, an Estelas Estrellas story on that attendance achievement. So that was really good to see. We are always, like I said, that optimal media coverage. So with the big events, important news coming out in the district, like the first day of school, prime example, we have proudly led the way in inviting the media, coordinating with the media to come cover the things going on, getting ready for the back to school, the upcoming school year, and inviting them into the district, to our campuses for first day of school coverage. We start, and we started this year, as we have done for many years, with a comprehensive back-to-school press release, and that covers all the important things, all the things we're looking forward to in the school year, all our highlights, star results, innovative programs, our focus on the attendance and all-in campaigns, our elementary academies, the Sierra Vista STEM national certification. So all these things we wrap up into this comprehensive press release, share it with the media, follow up with phone calls, start that coordination and invite them for that live coverage. Our efforts were very successful this year. We proudly welcomed 5 of the TV stations in English and Spanish at Vista del Sol Environmental Science Academy. And the principal at the time, Ms. Velasquez, she was there at 3 a.m. feeding the chickens, getting the school open, ready. Daniel and I got there about 4:30 a.m. to greet the reporters and the photographers, help them get their set up for their live shots. So great team effort. In addition, we had two other fantastic spokespeople, Mr. Vasquez and Assistant Superintendent Ms. Trejo. So all of them, both of them with Ms. Velasquez did fantastic interviews live for those morning newscasts. We had probably more than 15 live hits that morning. Great opportunity for them to highlight all the great things coming up for the new school year. So with that, I'd like to show you a sampling of that fantastic coverage on the first day of school.
Vista del Sol Environmental Science Academy opened its doors for the new school year. The school focuses on studying pollution, agriculture, animals, energy sources, and the climate.
We also have fine arts academies, and we offer STEAM education for our elementary students at 2 of our campuses. In fact, those 2 schools, Sierra Vista and Escondrias, they're both nationally certified STEM academies.
Socorro Independent School District students were back in the classroom today, and Vista del Sol Elementary students were welcomed back with signs being held by America's high school football players, Americas. Socorro Independent School District officials say they have been working all summer and are prepared to have students back in school.
We are welcoming over 47,000 scholars this morning. We are excited. We do have open enrollment. Registration is still happening. You can visit our website, SISD.net.
Now, the Socorro School District also welcoming students back to class today. KFOX 14 spoke with the principal of Socorro High School, who says they are ready for students and for the year.
We're ready. We're all in. We're excited. I know that we had our first day back with our faculty and staff, and it was just a lot of energy. It was a lot of enthusiasm for the upcoming school year. This is our year. This is year 4 for me here at Socorro High School, and I'm excited for it.
Something really cool that's happening here is that the seniors and the football team here from America's High School is welcoming all the elementary students here. So tell me why you guys decided to do this.
We're just here to just welcome back the kids, make sure everyone has a good day today, make sure everything gets started off on a good foot, and make sure the rest of the year actually starts good too.
Everybody has worked so hard over the summer. I've had the opportunity to speak to different groups of people ranging from teachers to administrators, maintenance and operations, cafeteria staff, and there's just this energy right now. It's palpable, the positivity. Everybody's ready to go. Everybody's excited.
Así es, el día de hoy esta primaria abrió las puertas para recibir a todos los pequeños que regresan el día de hoy a clases. Veamos. Así es como la pequeña Sara y Ámbar esperaban con ansias que las puertas de la primaria Vista del Sol Environmental School se abrieran, y como cada niño tenían diferentes expectativas de su primer día de clases.
Me encanta ir a la escuela porque voy a aprender inglés.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to turn it over now to Maya Kirtley for the next update.
Thank you.
Good evening, President Nahara, Interim Superintendent Mr. Vasquez, and members of the board. My name is Maya Kirtley, and I am the Public Relations Specialist for the Socorro Independent School District. We're excited to launch the School Support Employee of the Year program, honoring our exceptional Team SISD staff for their valuable contributions. Nominees will be recognized for their outstanding customer service aligned with our district's 4 standards: safety, professionalism, collaboration, and integrity. We've outlined a preliminary timeline for the program rollout. A more detailed schedule will be shared at the time of distribution. In December, application packets will be emailed to principals and directors. Nominations are due to the Public Relations Department in January, along with interviews. In February, we'll announce the 4 finalists, and an awards ceremony will take place in either April or May. So who's eligible for this award? Each school may nominate 1 permanent hourly support employee selected through a democratic process. For schools, there are 5 categories for school support personnel. We've provided examples of job descriptions for each category. These categories include classroom support, clerical, child nutrition services, maintenance, and safety. Departments have 4 categories for school support personnel, along with examples of job descriptions for each. These categories include transportation, maintenance and operations, police services, and central office staff. The category for central office staff will include the District Service Center, the Technology Service Center, the Ed Center, the Student Activities Complex, and the Employee Health Clinic. Please note that nominees must fit one of these categories, but schools and departments are not required to nominate someone for each category. Each school or department may nominate one school support employee with only the principal or the director authorized to submit the nomination. Educational support personnel at both the school and district levels are eligible, provided that they are permanent hourly employees of Socorro ISD. If any school or department has questions about an eligible position, we will work with Human Resources to provide answers. To be eligible, candidates must be nominated through a democratic process overseen by the principal or director. By December 2024, we're asking our schools and departments to select a nominee for the competition. While selection methods may vary and the process may differ at each campus, we're asking that the process be equitable and inclusive and allowing all the staff members to participate. Nominees should exemplify the district's 4 standards, and the application and all the supporting documents must be submitted by January 2025. We assembled our selection committee, whose diverse perspectives as administrators, parents, students, and community members will help select the finalists. A representative from our office will also act as a non-voting facilitator. The committee will review all the nominations forms and conduct interviews with the candidates to select 4 finalists. And that is it. Do you any questions?
I just wanted to thank you all for doing this. I think it's an amazing opportunity. Everybody in our district works so hard, and I love the fact that we're gonna give them the recognition that they deserve. I think it's wonderful. Thank you, PR, for doing it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Maya. Okay, moving on then to our consent agenda.
I would like to pull item H4.
H4.
E5.
E5. Do I have a motion to approve consent excluding item E5 and H4?
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion to approve made by Mrs. Nájera, seconded by Mrs. Macias. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Moving on then to item, consent agenda, item 9E5.
Just like to make a note on this motion, on this agenda item, item E5, the company I work for is on the bidders list, and I want to abstain.
Motion to approve item E5.
I second.
Motion to approve made by Mrs. Nájera, seconded by Ms. Macias. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And then
Abstain.
Mr. Guerra abstains. Okay. Then 9H4. I think that was Ms. Macias?
Yes. Last year when this came for approval, I voiced that I was concerned with the way this contract was obtained, procured, and I was just wondering if there was anything ever reviewed. And again, multiple individuals reached out to me that they felt that it was not done appropriately.
It did come up in April. However, a decision to either cancel the contract or move away from the contract wasn't made. So at this time, we're asking the board for consideration and approval to extend it. And then during this year, we would work together in collaboration with HR to assess the services and see if we would move away or continue with the services.
So at this time, as far as their services, it hasn't been evaluated if it was in the best interest of our employees?
I do not have.
Not at this time?
No, I do not have that information.
Ms. Macias, if I may, this is I did ask about this item, and it is a lengthy process to do this. And Ms. Garcia had mentioned that if we do want to move away for next year, it's something that we may want to consider earlier in the spring, so that way we can transfer some of those services to another vendor.
And I'm not advocating to move away from, it's just that it is reviewed appropriately to see what organizations are out there in the best interest of our employees. And if this is it, that's amazing. I just want to make sure that a process is followed collaboratively, and that way we are providing the best services for those that need them.
And just further to that, I believe we did ask, in order to ensure an appropriate and smooth transition, what would an RFQ process look like, and how early? That was the response, that it would have to start sometime, I think, in March. I'm sorry?
I believe it was January?
Yes.
Okay.
If we're going to do if we're going to issue out a bid, yes, I would recommend we start as early as possible.
So then we would initiate that process in January, evaluate, and then so that time by when we do make the selection, then we're able to, if it were to happen to change, we have sufficient time to ensure a smooth transition. And if it doesn't change, well, then there's nothing to worry about. But starting in January, make sure that, we're not putting ourselves in a bind should we need or determine that we do need to make a change, correct?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
Okay.
Thank you for your clarification and due diligence. Thank you. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mrs. Macias, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Item passes. Continuing then with new business, 10A. Discuss and take action on a resolution providing for the defeasance and/or calling for redemption certain currently outstanding obligations. With that, we have Ms. Olson.
Good evening, Board President, Mr. Naheda, Interim Superintendent, Mr. Vasquez, members of the board. We do have our financial advisors and bond counsel with us again. So the district, in concert with our financial advisors and bond counsel, have identified an opportunity to pay down debt on the unlimited tax refunding bonds, Series 2017B. The defeasance will defease approximately $10 million of principal, which will result in interest savings of approximately $3.1 million. The proposed closing date of this transaction is anytime before the end of the school year. Fiscal year. Let me clarify that. Anytime before the end of the fiscal year. So administration recommends the approval of the order authorizing the, and good news, it's like you do not have to read the order, Mr. Naheda. Last year, it's like there was this little thing going on where you read it. Administration recommends the approval of the order authorizing the defeasance of approximately $10 million, authorizing the execution of the escrow and trust agreement, and resolving all other matters incident and related to the defeasance and redemption of such obligations. The interest and seeking rate required for this defeasance is 39 cents.
For clarification, just to align with the presentation, that 39 cents is 0.3900, correct?
That is correct.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mrs. Naheda, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes.
Thank you.
Continuing then with 10B, accept the certified appraisal roll for tax year 2024. Ms. Olson?
All right, this is a new requirement since the last legislative session. The chief appraiser of El Paso County Appraisal District has certified and submitted the appraisal roll as approved by the Appraisal Review Board for calendar year beginning January 1st, 2024, and ending December 31st, 2024. And this has been delivered to Ruben Ruben P. Gonzalez, Tax Assessor Collector for the Socorro Independent School District, a statement of the total amount of appraised, assessed, and taxable value of property as of January 1, 2024. Also included in the value for properties under protest at the time of submission for the assessment rolls line within the Socorro Independent School District. The Texas Tax Code 2609 references approval of the certified appraisal roll by the governing board. Based on the guidance of the district's consultant, Mo Casey, they recommended the certified appraisal roll be formally accepted by the Board of Trustees as part of the tax rate adoption process. Therefore, administration recommends the acceptance of the certified appraisal roll for tax year 2024 for the Socorro Independent School District as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Ms. Macias, seconded by Ms. Nájera. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. 10B, accept the calculations of the no new revenue tax rate and voter approval tax rate for tax year 2024. Ms. Olson.
Thank you. The no new revenue tax rate and the voter approval tax rate are defined by Chapter 26 of the Property Tax Code. The 2024 tax rate calculation worksheet is on page 383 of your board book. The no new revenue rate is $1.143162. The voter approval tax rate is 1.0589. Based on the guidance from the district's consultant, Casey, they recommend that the no new revenue rate and the VATR rate calculations be formally accepted by the Board of Trustees as part of the tax rate adoption. Therefore, administration recommends acceptance of the no new revenue tax rate and the voter approval tax rate for tax year 2024 for the Socorro Independent School District.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mr. Guerra, seconded by Mrs. Nájera. Any further discussion?
Just one statement. Ms. Olson, could you repeat what the decrease is going to be from last year's tax rate to this year's tax rate? That way, if anybody missed it, they understand that we are recommending approving a decrease. However, if by chance they pay more at the end of the year, that has to do with property valuations, which is 100% Central Appraisal District.
That is correct. So the tax rate reduction is a little over 19 cents. It's 0.1908.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Item passes. Lastly, Ms. Olson, at least for this particular section, consider approval of resolution which officially levels the tax rate for the tax year 2024, that's fiscal year 2024, 2025.
All right. So, Mr. Nájera, if we can get you to read the resolution.
The resolution
I
on
can give it to you.
388?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you need a copy?
Navigating towards it. Right. Resolution adopting a tax rate for the Socorro Independent School District for tax year 2024. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Socorro Independent School District that on this date, we, the Board of Trustees of the Socorro Independent School District, hereby levy or set the tax rate on $100 valuation of property for the tax year 2024 at a total tax rate of $1.0589 to be assessed and collected by the duly specified assessor and collector as follows. That would be 0.6689 cents M&O rate for the purpose of maintenance and operations and 0.3900 INS rate for the purpose of payment of principal and interest on debts. The tax assessor collector is hereby authorized to collect taxes for the Socorro Independent School District at the adopted rates, approved and adopted this 18th day of September 2024 by the Socorro Independent School District Board of Trustees.
For tax year 2024, administration recommends approval of the resolution to levy or set the following tax rate.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion to approve made by Mr. Guerra, seconded by Mrs. Nájera. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The item passes. Mr. Blanco, is that sufficient, or do we need? Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so with that then, if I could just start on my right, this is for the motion made by Mrs. Nájera? No, Mr. Guerra.
Mr. Guerra.
Seconded by Mrs. Nájera. We do need a verbal vote for the record, so that's the motion. Start over here, Ms. Macias.
Approve. Aye.
Ms. Nájera?
Aye.
Michael Nájera? Aye. Mr. Guerra?
Aye.
And Ms. Gardea?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Olson. All right, moving on then with new business E, consider approval of new positions.
Good evening again, President Nájera, members of the board, Superintendent Mr. Vasquez. I'm Selena Stiles, Interim Chief of Human Resources for the district. And this evening, I'll be presenting a request for new positions. We held staffing this month, and based on the current status, these are the only two positions we'll be requesting at this time. We will come back next month with the possibility of some additional positions. We're just kind of still reconciling everything. So the position is for one diagnostician, and Mr. Nájera, you had requested that we identify if it was a position that was previously closed and being brought back. So that is one that was closed and being brought back. And the assistant principal for Socorro Middle, that one's due to enrollment, their allocation.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
Sorry. Motion to
Any
approve.
questions? A motion made by Ms. Nájera.
I second.
Motion made by Ms. Nájera, seconded by Ms. Macias. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you, Ms. Stiles.
Thank you.
All right, item, new business F, consider approval of Rose Bowl Parade tour accommodations for Pebble Hills High School. Mr. Martinez and Mr. Herrera, please.
Good evening, President Nájera, members of the board, Interim Superintendent Mr. Vasquez, Armando Martinez, Director of Fine Arts, and with me I do have Mr. Maximo Sierra, Director of Bands at Pebble Hills High School. Tonight we're here for twofold reasons, one of a celebratory and two of a consideration of request for your support. As you know, the Pebble Hills High School Band has been invited to march at the Tournament of Roses Parade in 2025. So one point of clarification before we get started is that it is the Rose Parade, not the Rose Bowl. We have gotten in trouble several times by the Tournament of Roses that runs both organizations. So with that, we are here to discuss the Tournament of Roses. As you know, if you grew up watching the Tournament of Roses on New Year's Day or the Macy's Parade on Thanksgiving, these are the two most prestigious parades in the nation, nationally televised, watched by millions. A little bit of background about the Tournament of Roses. It is an application audition process. In conversation with the president, Mr. Ed Morales, he indicates that hundreds of bands apply every year to march in these two parades, and this year only 20 bands have been selected to march the Rose Parade, 8 of which are only high school bands. The rest are either university bands or high school conglomerate all-star bands, some from Mexico, some from Japan, but only 8 true high school bands from the US, and Pebble Hills is one of them. So we're really, really excited for that. So a little bit of background, this isn't the first time that Pebble Hills has demonstrated high levels of achievement. So just highlight that before we get started is in the last 3 years, just to give background, the Pebble Hills High School Band has been a Texas State Marching Band qualifier for the second time. They have been invited to perform at the Midwest International Band and Orchestra Clinic twice, back-to-back in Chicago, twice at the Texas Music Educators Association Convention in San Antonio, twice at the National Flute Association Convention in San Antonio and Phoenix, and last year was the first band ever to be selected from El Paso to perform at the Music for All National Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana, and will also perform this year in Seattle at the Western International Band Conference. So we're really blessed to have Pebble Hills and the band staff just exemplifying everything what they do for our students and establishing this high level of success and now culminating with a performance on the national stage at the Tournament of Roses. So we're really, really excited. So to give you an overview of what that entails, they will be traveling December 27th through January 2nd. These are the requirements of the Rose Parade as to what they need to do in order to be a participant. It just not is the parade itself. They're required to perform at what they call a band fest. It's kind of like a marching contest, but more of a showcase that all 20 bands have to perform at, which requires performances, public showcases, public performances, media obligations that directors and staff and drum majors and leadership have to do. This is just a breakdown of what they'll be doing. On the 28th, they'll be rehearsing, and then get to experience some of the sites, and they'll visit the Griffith Observatory. On the next day, the directors will meet with the Rose Parade and go through some last-minute logistics. The band will have the opportunity to visit Disneyland and go to the Backstage Imaginarium tour, which is a really cool opportunity for them to visit and get a lot of backstage on how things work. And they'll also march in the Disneyland Main Street Parade, which is awesome, another performance opportunity. On the 30th, they will do the actual band fest, which is again in the afternoon, and they'll do the 20 band performance on that night. And then on the 31st, they'll get a tour, the entire band will get a tour of the parade route and the backstage of the floats and everything that goes into the actual Rose Parade. And then that evening, they will have what we call a New Year's afternoon celebration, because the morning of, they have to be at the parade route at 3 in the morning. So they're not gonna ring in the New Year like anybody else. Now, I'm sure the kids will probably still be awake, but on paper, we'll put them to bed early. And of course, on the first day, we'll do the Rose Parade in front of millions. So with that, the cost of this trip you have in front of you, we are looking at 265 travelers, students. The cost of that is going to be $1,769 per student for a total of $468,735 or 85, excuse me. That does not include the adults. That is students only, because for your reference is the tour company is going to comp the adults and the directors that are traveling with the band, with the students. So our obligation is the students only, so they will comp the director, staff, and the parents that are driving the trucks and staff. On the right side, you have additional costs. These are additional costs that are obligations that the band has to to accommodate for. Uniforms, they are using a different kind of marching band top that they are utilizing for this trip. Pins, $4,000 for pins. If you've ever been to a DI competition, Destination Imagination, it's very similar to that, Globals, where the band is required to create a pin, a commemorative pin. So each kid is gonna have a handful of pins. So during a social with all the bands, they exchange pins with different bands from around the country and around the world. So they have a collection of pins too from other bands from around the country. Meals that are not included in the package, the parade banner. Because the band fest is required, that means that they do have to perform their halftime show in Pasadena. So that's gonna require them to take all of their props and front ensemble equipment, not just the parade stuff. So they are gonna have to require to take their box trucks and their semis. So that's gonna be the cost of gas for this trip. The bell covers for the sousaphones with the parade logo on it, that's the requirement of the Rose Parade that they have to cover. Additional instruments that they had to cover, and of course, just to encompass the entire fall, we did include the cost of the field show, which is that $68,000 number there. So this is really the additional cost that the Pebble Hills boosters are gonna have to cover on their own on top of this. So it's just one big massive cost. So on the next slide, you'll see the total fall is gonna be that $500,000 number. That is the total cost of the entire endeavor, to include the accommodations plus the additional cost that they have to do for the tour and their entire fall production. So in meeting with the team, with budget and purchasing, Mr. Vasquez and Mr. Herrera and Mr. Sierra, the district is gonna recommend that we accommodate hotel and transportation only for a cost of that $459,000 number. And then Pebble Hills Band Booster contribution will be the rest. They will accommodate the balance of the per student expense along with the $99,000 for the rest of the balance. So that is what we were looking at. That's just really great opportunity for the kids. It's a first, if we haven't shared, this is the first time that any band from El Paso has ever marched the Rose Parade. It's really exciting. From the region, the last time that this happened was the Mayfield Band back in the year 2000 marched the Rose Parade. So it was really, really exciting, and we're here to request your support and your approval. And those of you on YouTube at home and in the audience, you find it in your heart, donations are taken on Cash App to the Pebble Hills Band. So we are here to answer any questions and request your approval.
Questions?
I mean, I'm going to ask the basic question. Can we afford this? I mean, it's a great opportunity. I think can we sell water on the corner?
Yeah, when we met, we sat with Susan Olson to work out the financials on all this, and this is something that we can't afford. I know when we first started discussing our budget situation, we made it clear that we don't want to touch anything that pertains to students. You know, we'll cut in other areas, you know, hospitality, travel, those types of things as it pertains to the employees. But when it comes to our students, we want to make sure that we still provide them these opportunities.
Mm-hmm. And it's a wonderful opportunity to highlight the district and our city, and awesome. Congratulations. It's wonderful.
Certainly a shared commitment as well. Mr. Sierra, just looking at those numbers, I know that your students and your band boosters as well have, you know, a huge amount of fundraising to do as well. So look forward to supporting those opportunities in every instance that comes along and am able to personally. You know, but yeah, certainly there's the commitment there from the students and the band boosters as well. Happy to see that it's a shared event.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion to approve made by Mrs. Nájera, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, moving on to 10G. Ms. Fierro, consider approval of final deductive change order and final contract payment for the SISD electric bus charging stations.
Good evening, Board President Nájera, members of the board, Superintendent Mr. Vasquez, Liliana Fierro, Director of Facilities and Construction. Facilities and Construction has completed our due diligence for the Socorro ISD electric bus charging stations and presents the following. Original contract sum, $995,686.61. A deductive change order of $21,394.98, with a final contract sum of $974,291.63 for a final payment of $45,274.02. Do you have any questions?
Questions?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion to approve made by Ms. Gardea, seconded by Ms. Macias. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Item passes. Before we move on then to, oh, that's right. Thank you, Ms. Fierro. I thought you were for the next one, but no, you're not. Moving on then with 10H. And before we proceed with 10H, we do have a speaker signed up. Mr. Sammy Carejo, please. As a reminder, 2.5 minutes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so consider approval for final contract payment for HVAC equipment upgrades. District-wide, Better G, 4-star fabricators and services. Do we have to pay it? Yes. The question is why? We were talking about the bond, 2017 bond. What happened in the 2017 bond with all the AC units? They all got replaced, right? My question, I wish we had somebody who actually provided those units to answer the question, how much was the warranty on those things? Oh, wait, we do have somebody here. Mr. Guerra, since your company provided a lot of those parts and stuff for the AC units, can you tell us what kind of warranty those AC units had? I'm asking you a question, Mr. Guerra. You are a representative from that company, Insco Distributors. Can you, as the district or whatever management you
Mr.
are...
Blanco?
That was a question. For the record, YouTube, Mr. Guerra refused to answer that question. Here is the issue. We have to pay. So in our budget, we always say, okay, we're going to spend this much on this. We got 21,000 more here, 50,000 more here, 50,000. That's why we can't budget. Why? Because we come here, okay, we vote yes. Mr. Guerra is not going to answer that question. Mr. Guerra was found by TEA to improperly deal with those contracts. And that's why I'm bringing it up. I can't tell you not to pay for it. We have to. Why? Because we have to. The question is, why is there a third party that we have to pay money to for air conditioners that were all replaced in 2018? Now, if you remember correctly, when my buddy Dr. Carmen was here and he was trying to pitch a new bond, he wanted to replace many of them. I said, wait a minute, hold on. In 2018, all the air conditioning units, all the HVAC units were replaced. So I said, someone's lying. Either INSCO is providing air conditioning units that don't work, or two, Dr. Carmen is lying. Either way, somebody was lying, right? But now this comes up. This right here, if I hadn't said nothing, okay, here's another 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. We're gonna have to vote yes to pay for it. But what I said earlier, we have to hold people accountable. Mr. Paul Guerra refused to answer what the warranty was. I highly recommend that we take a look at what the warranty was.
Thank you, Mr. Carejo. And again, point of clarification, that being a commenter from open forum, we are not allowed to respond to that. Continuing then with 10H, Mr. Carrasco.
Good evening, President Nájera. Happy belated birthday to you.
Thank
Acting
you, sir.
Superintendent Vasquez and members of the board. My name is David Carrasco, Director of Operations, Maintenance Operations for Team ISD. The Department of Maintenance Operations has completed our due diligence on the project and presents the following final contract sum for payment for board acceptance. The administration recommends the Board of Trustees accept the work of the above project. The original contract sum, $4,676,801. Final contract sum, $4,676,801, with the final payment of $233,840.05.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion to approve made by Mrs. Nájera, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion? Mr. Carrasco, I have a question. So
Yes.
considering the list of campuses on that, on
Yes.
these right here.
Yes, sir.
This does look like some of our, not recently built campuses. So the purpose of the upgrade, was this to upgrade dated equipment?
Yes, if I may, first I'd like to give kudos to Mr. Dr. Starkey. We worked together. There were some funds available. We worked very diligently to identify some that were in need. So we did make those replacements there. Some of these also projects were a lot of LED. Part of this was some LED upgrades as well. Hopefully next meeting I'll be coming with you to provide some additional information, provide to all the board. If I may, in the 2017 bond, I've been the Director of Operations for quite a while. And I have to say, since every year, starting, and I even spoke to Mr. Vasquez, when school starts between July and September, I sleep very little. I lose a lot of weight. I probably age 10 years because a lot of our equipment is getting quite aged out. And I do have to say that in 2017 bond, there was not a complete upgrade of HVAC equipment. The only thing that were done when there was from additions made at Montwood High School, El Dorado High School, and Americas, those additions that were made, there was some stuff, there was some equipment that was, of course, had to be replaced there. But there is I think as we speak in the facilities committee meetings, there's a lot of our campuses that are becoming much older, and being in a year-round system, the units get used continually. So we're working hard, and I wish I could. Hopefully, next meeting I'm going to bring my mechanical team, and just so I can recognize them because they do a great job of having things taken care of. I will say the room here is quite cool. I've had a couple of text messages. Can you please turn the heat up a little bit? And I say definitely not. We're not. It's going to stay nice and cold. Bring a sweater, but. Because I remember a couple of weeks back, I had a lot of people doing the fans, and I was sweating down. I said, oh my gosh, the air conditioner not working too well today. But I just want to say that, just so you're aware, that during the 2017 bond, there was not a complete replacement of HVAC equipment.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Item passes. Moving on then to item new business I, consider approval of final contract payment for LED lighting and retrofit project. Mr. Carrasco?
Thank you, President Nájera. The Department of Maintenance and Operations has completed our due diligence on this project and presents the final contract sum and final payment. The administration is recommending the Board of Trustees accept the work of the above project. Original sum contract is $1,810,011. Final sum contract is $1,740,011 with a final payment of $81,385.45. That's for acceptance.
Motion to approve?
Second.
A motion to approve made by Ms. Gardea, seconded by Ms. Nájera. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Continuing then, Mr. Carrasco, with item J, consider approval of phase 2 for the final contract payment for LED lighting retrofit project.
Thank you, President Nájera. The above project, administration is recommending the Board of Trustees accept the work and final contract sum payment. Department of Maintenance and Operations has completed our due diligence on this project and presents the following contract sum and final payment for board acceptance. Original contract sum, $565,218, and the final contract sum, $565,218, with a final payment of $26,425.45.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Ms. Macias, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Carrasco, thank you. Moving on then to 10K, new business K, consider approval of the SISD Police Department Texas Police Chiefs Association Accreditation Program. Chief Johnson.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, President Nájera, board members, Interim Superintendent Vasquez. The reason why I'm here is twofold. The Socorro Independent School District Police Department is seeking your approval to both change our current policy manual that we have for the police department and also to fall in line with it, with the first steps of accreditation within the state to have our police department be accredited. So currently, the police manual that we have is about approximately 10 years old, and currently it meets the standards to address the updates in the state laws and standards. It also meets the standards of areas of concern regarding day-to-day operations of the department. Our hope is to change our policy manual and to seek accreditation through the state to revamp us and to move us forward to, instead of meeting standards, to exceeding standards. Currently, the state of Texas has 17,541 law enforcement agencies. Of those 17,541 agencies, only 212 are accredited. Of those 212 accredited agencies, there is only 8 current ISDs or CISDs that are in the state of Texas. All of the current ones are in Austin and in the Houston area. Accreditation is basically a voluntary process that we're seeking so that we could sit back and exceed standards of what we currently have now. The principle on that is for us to go ahead and provide a better source of resources and everything for the community, for the district, and for our stakeholders as a whole. The accreditation also sits back and helps us to achieve a higher benchmark for standards within the department. It assures the stakeholders that they will receive a high quality of service from the department at any given time, and it really improves the community relations between the police departments and the community. And it also enhances the employees' pride within the department. If on the handout that I did give you, on the second page of the first handout, it specifies the approximate cost on what it's going to be. So for a department our size, it'll be $1,920. So I know that money is tough, and I believe strongly in the accreditation and the enhancement of our department from where it is, that if need be, we can collect that money, or I can make that money myself. The improvements that we're looking at is to improve the policies and procedures manual and to meet and exceed the standards of what we currently have, and it also falls in line with Texas best practices and with the Texas Police Chiefs Association, which I'm a member of. It gives clear and appropriate guidance to all employees. It also ensures that department policies comply with all state and federal laws. And it reduces the physical and financial risk of the 12 most common areas, which is use of force, emergency vehicle operations and pursuits, arrest, search, and seizure, domestic violence and employee domestic misconduct, off-duty conduct, selection and hiring, sexual harassment, internal affairs complaints, high-risk warrant service, mental health, and developmentally disabled challenges that we have, and property and evidence. So I'm here again to ask you all for the approval that we can move forward with both the adoption of the new manual that has been written and is currently being used by 212 other agencies, and also to the permission for us to move forward to go ahead and seek accreditation through the state.
Questions?
Chief Johnson, I just wanted to commend you for taking this action. Looking at the list that you gave us, there are very few ISDs that are accredited. So you're taking that step to truly make SISD shine and put the systems that we have in place, in writing, and to be accredited. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mrs. Nájera, seconded by Ms. Macias. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Chief Johnson, then moving on to the next one, the consider approval of Socorro ISD Police Department Procedures Manual.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry, I touched on both the topics at the same time. So the first one was the adoption of our new policy manual. And the one that we currently use is, like I said, it was adopted 10 years ago, and we're seeking to change our policies over to what has already been adopted by the Texas Police Chiefs Association and Texas Best Practices. So the adoption of this will have our officers fall more in line with current standards federally and within the state and locally.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mrs. Nájera, seconded by Ms. Garadea. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you, Chief Johnson.
Thank you very much.
All right, moving on then to executive session. The meeting is to be closed for discussion with legal counsel, to receive update from legal counsel regarding options for tax refund, to discuss personnel and real estate matters, discussion regarding terms and extension of acting superintendent supplemental duty agreement, to consider administrative recommendations for principal position at Vista del Sol Elementary Science Academy and assistant principal positions at Desert Wind Pre-K 8, Escondria Steve Academy, Montwood Middle School, William D. Slider Middle School, and Pebble Hills High School under Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074. The date is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024, and the time is 8:12 p.m.
Socorro Independent School District has more than 48,000 students and 51 campuses, but we're not just a number. Here, we're cared for, we're loved, we belong. Team SISD is a true Texas public school district that gives us unforgettable memories, traditions, experiences, and the opportunities we need to have a bright, successful future. Want to be a health professional? Once a bulldog, always a bulldog. Want to design skyscrapers? There's an empire for that. Have you heard the early bird gets the worm? Well, that's why they fear the falcons. We don't just rise. This is Sparta. We earn our horns and trailblaze and overcome to be the first and the best. I know. It sounds extra, but it's just our flex. For over 60 years, Socorro ISD has set its sights on our future with vision, innovation, investing, building, and planning to prepare us for the real world. These are our opportunities, and we will seize them.
So our dual language program consists of two different types of models. We have the 90-10, which is for pre-K students, and this is where the students are in a classroom with one teacher. Depending on their first language, they're going to get 90% of the instruction in English, 10% in Spanish, or vice versa, 90% in Spanish, 10% in English. And then we have our 50-50 model, and starts from kinder all the way to 5th grade, and this is where the students have two teachers where they're learning both languages, English and Spanish, 50 and 50% of the time, depending on the taught subject and language.
I can tell you it's full of excitement and engagement. Here the students get to create, they get to express themselves, and they have the opportunity to do it in both languages.
Porque han empezado desde chiquitos, entonces ya llevan mucho tiempo ellos en colaboración con los demás alumnos. Y sí se ve que entre ellos mismos se apoyan. Tenemos parejas que son nuestras parejas bilingües, que viene siendo la fortaleza en un idioma, ya sea en inglés o el español, y están con otra persona que es el opuesto. Entonces, entre ellos mismos se apoyan, ya sea en el aula que viene siendo español o en el aula que viene siendo en inglés.
I'm proud to say that we have had great success. Right now, we currently serve 4 campuses. Our students have been very successful. So the goal of the program is that the students become biliterate and bilingual. By the time they're in the program, they do achieve great academic level success. And of course, they stay in touch with their culture as well. Once the student completes 5 full years in the dual language program, then they can qualify for a Spanish high school credit.
Regardless if they're in the English classroom or the Spanish classroom, they have the same equal opportunities to practice all their domains, the speaking, the listening, the reading, writing.
Ellos colaboran mucho, son niños que siempre van a estar hablando, siempre van a estar participando. Cuando una persona entra a nuestro salón, nunca va a ser un salón que no se escucha nada, y creo que es lo que a ellos les gusta interactuar. Tenemos muchas manualidades, utilizan mucho sus manos y ellos pueden colaborar juntos, y es algo muy especial que hacen ellos, esa relación también con ellos mismos.
They start working with cognates and false cognates. No se dice así, se dice así. Oh, now I remember, I saw it with Miss Gonzalez. Oh, no, wait, I saw in first grade, Miss Castro told me that it was this. So they start coming, and you start seeing them coming together. It's amazing because they start connecting everything.
SISD is truly the district that offers many opportunities for our students. Dual language is not just opening doors for our students to become bilingual and biliterate, but it's opening doors for their future.
Socorro ISD makes learning innovative. We fly drones, we take center stage, we take care of the environment, and we learn to take care of our health and become lifelong learners. Our new elementary academies offer unique programs to inspire, challenge, and prepare us for success. Register now at SISD.net and seize your opportunity in Team SISD.
The Socorro Independent School District is committed to helping all students find their voice and achieve their highest potential. We understand the important role that families play in our children's education, and we welcome you, our military-connected families, to Team SISD. With 46 schools designated Purple Star campuses by the Texas Education Agency, the most of any school district in the El Paso region, Team SISD is committed to supporting the unique needs of military-connected students and their families through a variety of resources and services. These include a comprehensive website for military families, a campus transition program, multiple special events, military family life counselors, and a military liaison at each of our 51 campuses who all reach out and serve our military-connected families. Team SISD stays in close contact with our Fort Bliss counterparts to access and share information, ideas, and trainings to provide the best education for our 6,500 plus military-connected students. To assist with the social and emotional needs of our students, we maximize support services by engaging with our school counselors, including our military and family life counselor and local agencies such as NAMI, the YWCA, Child Guidance Center, local daycare providers, and the Paso del Norte and Meadows Family Leadership Council. We value and greatly appreciate the sacrifice our military parents make for our country, our community, and our children. We salute you, and we are delighted to have the opportunity to serve you and your family in our district. Thank you for being part of our district and helping us ensure that Team SISD is the right choice for endless opportunities.
The mission of Current Technical Education is to collaborate with business industry and post-secondary education to provide programs that will build academic as well as career skills for our students, provide them an opportunity to earn an industry certification, and provide them leadership opportunities through career and technical education student organizations, and provide them opportunities to get exposure into the world of work prior to graduating, and with the hopes that they obtain a job that is better than minimum wage, and hopefully wage earning that they can support themselves or a family, as well as prepare them to go to college and successfully graduate from college.
The Architecture Academy is like a family that a lot of people you go to in a safe place to just learn about architecture. I've gotten to do a lot of things. We do models and sketches. We were able to do different competitions. I get to do floor plans, site plans. I really like landscape, and I think that's something I'm going to get into and study in the future. And we get to also do interior design.
Well, we have 45 different programs through CTE to support different career interests from all the 16 career clusters. We offer dual credit programs for them in many of our programs. We have started implementing pathways in technology early college high schools. We'll have 12 of them starting next year.
We like to study, the basics of firefighting, building construction, because firefighting isn't just, putting water on a fire and it goes out. Firefighting is way deeper into the aspect. There's foam, electrical stuff, equipment, fire trucks, there's different fire trucks. A lot of stuff that, the public doesn't know about. We're very hands-on too. Like everybody has their own gear here. We train a lot with the gear, our hoses. We learn how to use ladders. We were basically being taught what we need to know when we're going to the training academy. I really do want to do this in the future. One of the competitions, we were able to go to a university, and I was able to experience the college life there, and I'm really looking forward to going to the University of Arizona. I want to study architecture and probably minor in landscaping, and I'm really excited to start my years there. It's opened me up to many opportunities, really exploring who I am, going deeper into who I am. It opens many doors. I was able to bring the confidence out of myself, meet new classmates, and build bonds with them, and I loved every single bit about it. I feel like it's a great opportunity because I was able to explore different sections in architecture and get to be able to network with real architects here in El Dorado High School. And I feel like it's an amazing opportunity because we're given the freedom to choose what pathway we want to study in and explore more. Take the chance. We all live once. You're going to meet a lot of new friends. You're going to meet a lot of new people. You're going to build relationships with people, and ultimately, you're going to become a better person because of this program. And it's fun. It's fun. We're a very fun program.
El Paso parents, pre-K to 12th grade registration is now open for new and returning students. Team SISD's pre-K programs offer engaging hands-on learning for young students to build a solid foundation in their academic journey. Join our top academic academies, award-winning fine arts programs, championship athletics, and career and technical education with highly qualified teachers. Register at sisd.net/enrollment and seize your opportunity in Team SISD. Hello, and welcome to SISD TV News, where we deliver the latest news about the Socorro Independent School District. In today's segment, we'll take a look at this past spring semester's athletic and academic commitments. In our top story, Project Search celebrated the induction of its 6th cohort into the program. The program assists students with disabilities in their last year of high school to learn employability skills and transition from high school into the workforce. The students will participate in a year-long internship at the Hospitals of Providence East Campus.
The national average for individuals with disabilities, their employment is below 20%. And because of this program, we are employing, we've had several years where we have 100%. Our current cohort, we already have 4 students employed, and we're still working to get all of them employed.
Independence is a crazy thing. So once you give a student, any student, the ability to believe in themselves, the growth is miles. It's leaps and bounds. So our students come in shy and timid, but they leave here believing in their own ability. So they are able to voice their needs, their concerns, and can take that into the workforce and have a productive and wonderful life in society. And that's our goal.
I'm so excited to work in a hospital, and also I want to be independent, read books, and helping all people.
I could learn how to work, how to be independent, and earn my own money.
Five Socorro High School students in the Health Professions Academy signed their letters of intent to pursue their nursing career with Texas Tech University Health Science Center.
The program here does an amazing job. They were accepted because they were the cream of the crop, not because they came from Socorro, not because they earned it and gave. They knew what they wanted, and here they are, and here they finished, and we're looking forward to seeing them in fall for 2024.
I'm so happy. I'm relieved that the 4 years have passed, but I'm more excited to start like a new chapter in my life.
6 RAM students signed their letters of intent to continue their STEM and academic careers at universities across the state.
Well, not only are we known throughout the city of El Paso, but now we're recognized in the entire state of Texas. And so it's just these very determined students who are willing to do extra work, a ton of extra hours after school, weekends, even Sundays. And so the work never ends here on the team, and all of their efforts are finally being recognized now when they're graduating.
It's honestly unbelievable. I'm really grateful. It feels like all my hard work has paid off. In the end, just like I've learned that never give up. Just keep working towards your goals. Sometimes it does get hard, but like in the end, if you just keep trying, it'll eventually pay off. And so far, it has. So it's amazing.
Team SISD student athletes signed their letters of intent to play at the college level.
I've been thinking about this, been dreaming about this for about 16 years. Been working for it since I was able to walk, so it means a lot.
All the hard work coming from starting playing football at 4 years old, working until I'm 18 now. Every year, every day, every second that I put into football paid off very well.
Every day, countless hours. Every day in football practice, waking up 5 in the morning. It takes a lot, and then just going to every football game, all the hits, just going to all the games. It takes a lot to get to the end, and I'm finally here playing college football. It means the world to me.
I'm very excited. It's like a dream come true. I've been waiting so long to pick a college and sign, and I found one that was a perfect fit for me, and it had everything that I needed, and they wanted me just as bad as I wanted to go there.
Today's really special. I mean, just to
just to showcase, my talent at the next level. It's truly a blessing. All my hard work that I put into this sport has truly paid off, so it's awesome.
It makes me feel really happy, and then I'm very thankful for my parents because they're the ones who pushed me to get to this level, and they never gave up on me, as well as all my coaches I had in my career.
I'm so excited. I can't believe this is coming true. Just dreaming about it, and it's almost time. It's pretty amazing.
I'm super excited to be able to actually sign because I never thought I was going to be able to make it, and it's always been a dream since I was a little girl.
I'm excited, and I guess I'm happy that I'm going to school. I'm making my parents proud.
It feels great. It's been a really long journey, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities given to me to play at the next level.
It definitely feels good. I'm most excited. This is probably one of the most best things I've felt in a while, and I'm ready to give it my all and pursue my dream.
But I'm extremely blessed to be here, to have the opportunity to continue playing, because like they had mentioned, only 7% of athletes play at the next level, and I'm just blessed to be able to be one of them.
Running is an individual sport. Whatever you put into it, you're going to get out of it. And obviously I put in a lot of hard work, but it's helped me get to this point in my life where I'm going to be able to run it at the D1 level.
To have this opportunity to sign, coming out from high school and pursuing our dreams furthermore. And I can't wait what's next for us in the future.
Ever since I was little, I wanted to play next level, play with bigger people, better people. So I'm excited for it.
I feel amazing. It's bittersweet just because I am going to have to leave my family in the next couple months, but it's very rewarding for sure.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the latest in the Socorro Independent School District. Make sure to follow us on X with the handle @Socorro ISD. Be sure to friend us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Team SISD, and visit our website. Thank you again, and see you next time.
En el distrito de Socorro, aprender es innovador. Volamos drones, tomamos el centro de escenario, cuidamos nuestro medio ambiente y aprendemos a cuidar nuestra salud para ser mejores aprendices de por vida. Las academias de primaria de SISD ofrecen programas únicos para inspirarnos, desafiarnos y prepararnos para el éxito. Regístrate ahora y aprovecha tu oportunidad en el equipo SISD.
Welcome to our beautiful Sun City of El Paso, Texas. I'm Rosie Rodriguez, proud school counselor at Chester Jordan Elementary, home of the Lions. We currently serve 791 students, from our littlest Lions in pre-kinder to our extraordinary preteens in 5th grade. At Chester Jordan, we take pride in serving a diverse community with a large population of military and economically disadvantaged students. Because of this diverse community, we take great pride in providing a comprehensive school counseling program that is ASCA-based and data-driven to benefit all students' academics, college and career readiness, and social-emotional well-being. Simply put, taking care of the whole child. I now welcome you to Chester Jordan Elementary, where I show you what a comprehensive school counseling program has done to the positive culture of our campus. Welcome.
Ms. Rodriguez, when I started here at the leadership team, she was one of the first ones who kind of took me under her wing. And that just goes to show that she's not just about, a school counselor for students. She's a school counselor for everybody, for faculty, staff, the community. She's one of the most selfless people that I have ever come in contact with.
She is an amazing human being that truly is heart. She loves the students, the teachers, the staff. She shows it every day. I think first of all with her smile and her welcoming demeanor. She has such an amazing energy. People want to go to her.
One of my top priorities was to build relationships with students, teachers, staff, and parents to know how to best provide support. Staying visible through classroom lessons, making myself available, and providing opportunities to connect truly allowed for these relationships to flourish. And flourish they did. Providing support to students through classroom lessons, individual counseling, check-ins, small group counseling, and referrals to outside resources allowed for equitable access to opportunities that may have otherwise gone unserved. Bottom line, I want our campus to know I am here for them.
She's always in the forefront, ready to help out in any way that she can. You don't even have to ask her, and she's already ready and willing.
So there's a lot of wonderful things about Ms. Rodriguez. She's a wonderful counselor. She's always helping us in small groups, in relationship problems, and everything, in every way possible.
In an effort to address the whole child, a multifaceted campus-wide SEL initiative was established, advocating for some of the instructional time to be dedicated to SEL time allowed more learning to happen. These lessons became the foundation of classroom expectations and behavior incentives. Becoming an SEL-focused campus brought on a culture of growth and positivity. Including all stakeholders was the next step, so we held SEL nights to help parents and the community know how to better support our little lions.
She goes beyond the four walls of this campus. She touches the parents' heart. She provides support, tools, whatever they need. It really is about, for when I think of Rosie and the way she treats our campus, it's about the whole child. And she still has that for our teachers and staff too.
Advocating for students, teachers, and parents is just as important as advocating for the school counseling profession. They truly come hand in hand. I collaborate with all stakeholders to work with and for students. In addition, I have had the opportunity to implement a comprehensive school counseling program that has been recognized several times at LASCA, as well as recently receiving the RAMP recognition from ASCA. Additionally, not only have our students and campus benefited from this advocacy piece, but many school counselors from all over the United States. I had the privilege to present to school counselors from our district, the state of Texas, and the nation. This shared knowledge will help promote school counseling programs everywhere.
I love her so much. She's really special to me. She's one of the persons that I could always count on. Like, she'll always get my back and everything. I just don't know how to express my love.
She's not just a counselor and a colleague, she's a friend, and I mean that with everybody. She's just an overall amazing person, and we're so blessed to just have her.
Ms. Rodriguez expresses her love not only verbally but physically to the students. What I mean by that is every day she reminds them, students, remember that I love you. And I just want to say, Ms. Rodriguez, we love you and we appreciate everything that you do here at Chester Jordan.
Padres del Paso, estudiantes nuevos y actuales ya se pueden inscribir en el Distrito de Socorro para prekinder a último año. El equipo SISD ofrece un aprendizaje práctico e innovador donde sus pequeños estudiantes crezcan en su trayectoria académica. Únase a nuestras academias académicas de primer nivel, programas deportivos, bellas artes y educación profesional y técnica. Regístrese en línea y aprovecha tu oportunidad en el equipo SISD. Hello and welcome to SISD TV News, where we deliver the latest news about the Socorro Independent School District. In our top story, Congresswoman Veronica Escobar met with Socorro High School senior government students and teachers to share how she got involved in government and how they can also get active in politics.
It was super important for me because not a lot of my peers or students are that motivated to get involved or know the opportunities that are here present, such as being in her Congressional Youth Advisory Council or finding their voice to advocate for social issues that they're very passionate about. So it was important for me to welcome her here so that my fellow peers can say, hey, if she can do it, then so can I.
It was very, very insightful. It is a very kind of general knowledge, but it's just something not enough people listen to. And I'm so happy she was able to reiterate it because I'm hoping that even with her having a higher chair and power, might actually inspire people to fully listen to the other and have each heart connect so that we can stop butting heads.
Graduating SISD seniors from all 6 comprehensive high schools who are attending UTEP or El Paso Community College were able to register for courses, meet with admission counselors, and gain valuable insight into college life at both UTEP and EPCC.
Super important that our school district continues to provide our students, bringing the colleges into our campuses to facilitate issues with questions, transportations, and allowing them to be excited of what's to come and to be able to meet their future goals.
So we do have El Paso Community College and UTEP offering students registration with their financial aid. They'll walk away with a school schedule with their first class. It's exciting to see those opportunities for our trailblazers as they leave over to the college bound.
It's so important for us to go meet the students where they are, right? We can't be passive and wait for them to come to us. We know how important higher ed is to students. And so we feel it's our responsibility in being good community members and understanding the importance of education in our community and in these students' lives to take these services to them. So we appreciate it. We appreciate the partnership with the school district, with our four-year partners, the University of Texas at El Paso. And we come here with that singular vision to enroll students and get them continuing on their higher education path.
The students are very engaged this morning. They're excited. We're playing games with them. We're also being informative so that they know that they can trust us and that we can start building that relationship with them or continue working on our relationship with them, because we have been coming to the school for other visits and whatnot, and so we really want it to be so that by the time they're at UTEP, they feel safe and comfortable with us and that they're ready.
I actually got my schedule before everybody else in the school, so I was very thankful because I want to do stenography, so I got to do my classes, I got to register, talk to, the counselors, just any questions I had, they were helping me.
It was really nice because there was a lot of help and a lot of teachers that came together to help us, and it was really nice.
SISD kinder through 5th grade students participated in the 7th annual Math Bee at Eastlake High School.
We're really trying to get our students ready, career ready, college ready, and we know that it starts from elementary, and so that sets the strong foundation.
Students had 3 seconds to mentally solve problems using number sense strategies.
I was nervous, but I was happy because I was going into 3rd place, but I lost a little in 3rd place because the last number, I forgot it, and then the time ran out.
The student with the highest number of correct answers from each grade level was declared the winner.
I feel like it's very important for the district to do these things because starting from pre-K or kinder and then just building them up, I'm sure it's going to help them out through their career or their life.
SISD sophomores, juniors, and seniors participated in this year's College Career and Job Expo. The event gave students a chance to meet with colleges, technical schools, local businesses, and industry partners to explore future career opportunities.
It's important for them to get out and actually see the different career opportunities that are available for them out in the community. If they're looking for a job, this is the time to look for one.
I'm here today because I want to know more about other job opportunities or internships that I can do, that I can know what my career is or what I want to do in my life.
I'm just really looking around to see what the different schools are here or different job opportunities, like internships or anything for like summer.
I see a lot of stands that have caught my attention and that has made me consider other choices besides my veterinary career. But I really think that students will really benefit coming here and just taking a look at these stands, even if they might think that they're not interested, but they might be interested after they speak to the people at the stand.
Team SISD received a grant from Dairy Max to create the beverage breakfast bar and pay for the necessary equipment and ensure that El Dorado High School students enjoy the most important meal of the day for free.
So we're excited about our new breakfast bars that we have for our students at all of our high schools. And this is, of course, breakfast is always free here in Socorro for every student. But what this is a way to grab breakfast quickly and go right to class. So we're focusing the carts on where the main entrance is for our students to grab a quick breakfast and head to class. They don't have to go to the dining room.
This is our first time having something like cool like this, like coffee and smoothies.
So I'm really grateful that they started opening more options.
The Montwood Mentors won a $3,000 grant from the Lead for Change project. The program showcases the growth of students as leaders and funds their ideas for community impact. The Montwood Mentors worked with O'Shea Kelleher Whole Child Academy to teach the importance of mental health awareness. They also presented the school with their check that will help fund field days and continue their journey to explore the importance of friendship and mental health awareness.
I think it's important because they don't always have role models. I mean, we hope they do, but they don't always have them in their home. And so giving these Montwood students an opportunity to come and mentor our students in school, that's just another part of their journey. So it's good for the Montwood students to continue and see their impact on the littles, and it's good for the littles to see where they can go and what they can become as they go into high school.
There's so many projects that are submitted, and we're really happy that we were the ones that were chosen, and that the money's going to be going to a good place.
Team SISD employees showcase their artistic talent at this year's Employee Art Showcase at the District Service Center.
These teachers lead the secret life of creativity. These employees lead the secret life of creativity that sometimes we don't know about. And so sometimes we just need that push to have that deadline and the opportunity to showcase. And so we're hoping to not only give them that push, but also to encourage them if they already have work. Don't just have it locked up in your house. Show it off because it inspires people.
It shows the students that we also have talents and something that they never think about. They're like, oh, you're just a teacher. But you're like, actually, I can do this and this. And it kind of shows them like how we put an example to them. Like, okay, I want to be like you. Not just like in education, but we also have other branches that we explore.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the latest in the Socorro Independent School District. Make sure to follow us on X with the handle @Socorro ISD. Also be sure to friend us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Team SISD, and visit our website. Thank you again, and see you next time. This past year has tested us in ways we've never imagined. From navigating uncertainty to overcoming challenges, each of us has played a crucial role in keeping our community strong and resilient. Through it all, one thing has remained clear: our commitment to our students' success. As we reflect on the challenges we faced, we recognize the strength of our unity and the power of being all in. Being all in means more than just showing up. It means giving our best every day, supporting each other, and fostering an environment where every student can thrive. It's about going the extra mile, finding solutions together, and lifting each other up during difficult times. Those who are all in inspire others. They show us what's possible when we refuse to settle for mediocrity. They remind us that greatness lies not in the outcome, but in the journey. The journey of pushing boundaries, overcoming setbacks, and becoming stronger with every step. So as we face the new school year, remember this: life rewards those who are willing to give it their all. Whether you're pursuing a dream, facing a challenge, or simply striving to be the best. Choose to be all in. Because when you are all in, you're a champion for all of us. Students, employees, parents, and families. We are all in for Team SISD.
Socorro Independent School District has more than 48,000 students and 51 campuses. But we're not just a number. Here, we're cared for, we're loved, we belong. Team SISD is a true Texas public school district that gives us unforgettable memories, traditions, experiences, and the opportunities we need to have a bright, successful future. Want to be a health professional? Once a bulldog, always a bulldog. Want to design skyscrapers? There's an empire for that. Have you heard the early bird gets the worm? Well, that's why they fear the falcons. We don't just rise. This is Sparta. We earn our horns and trailblaze and overcome to be the first and the best. I know. It sounds extra, but it's just our flex. For over 60 years, Socorro ISD has set its sights on our future with vision, innovation, investing, building, and planning to prepare us for the real world. These are our opportunities, and we will seize them.
So our dual language program consists of two different types of models. We have the 90-10, which is for pre-K students. And this is where the students are in a classroom with one teacher. Depending on their first language, they're gonna get 90% of the instruction in English, 10% in Spanish, or vice versa, 90% in Spanish, 10% in English. And then we have our 50-50 model. And this starts from kinder all the way to 5th grade. And this is where the students have two teachers where they're learning both languages, English and Spanish, 50 and 50% of the time, depending on the taught subject and language.
I can tell you it's full of excitement and engagement. Here the students get to create, they get to express themselves, and they have the opportunity to do it in both languages.
Porque han empezado desde chiquitos, entonces ya llevan mucho tiempo ellos en colaboración con los demás alumnos. Y sí se ve que entre ellos mismos se apoyan. Tenemos parejas que son nuestras parejas bilingües, que viene siendo la fortaleza en un idioma, ya sea en inglés o el español, y están con otra persona que es el opuesto. Entonces, entre ellos mismos se apoyan, ya sea en el aula que viene siendo español o en el aula que viene siendo en inglés.
I'm proud to say that we have had great success. Right now, we currently have serve 4 campuses. Our students have been very successful. So the goal of the program is that the students become biliterate and bilingual. By the time they're in the program, they do achieve great academic level success. And of course, they stay in touch with their culture as well. Once the student completes 5 full years in the dual language program, then they can qualify for a Spanish high school credit.
Regardless if they're in the English classroom or the Spanish classroom, they have the same equal opportunities to practice all their domains, the speaking, the listening, the reading, writing.
Ellos colaboran mucho, son niños que siempre van a estar hablando, siempre van a estar participando. Cuando una persona entra a nuestro salón, nunca va a ser un salón que no se escucha nada, y creo que es lo que a ellos les gusta interactuar. Tenemos muchas manualidades, utilizan mucho sus manos y ellos pueden colaborar juntos, y es algo muy especial que hacen ellos, esa relación también con ellos mismos.
They start working with cognates and false cognates. No se dice así, se dice así. Oh, now I remember, I saw it with Miss Gonzalez. Oh, no, wait, I saw in first grade, Miss Castro told me that it was this. So they start coming, and you start seeing them coming together. It's amazing because they start connecting everything.
SISD is truly the district that offers many opportunities for our students. Dual language is not just opening doors for our students to become bilingual and biliterate, but it's opening doors for their future.
ISD makes learning innovative. We fly drones, we take center stage, we take care of the environment, and we learn to take care of our health and become lifelong learners. Our new elementary academies offer unique programs to inspire, challenge, and prepare us for success. Register now at SISD.net and seize your opportunity in Team SISD.
The Socorro Independent School District is committed to helping all students find their voice and achieve their highest potential. We understand the important role that families play in our children's education, and we welcome you, our military-connected families, to Team SISD. With 46 schools designated Purple Star campuses by the Texas Education Agency, the most of any school district in the El Paso region, Team SISD is committed to supporting the unique needs of military-connected students and their families through a variety of resources and services. These include a comprehensive website for military families, a campus transition program, multiple special events, military family life counselors, and a military liaison at each of our 51 campuses who all reach out and serve our military-connected families. Team SISD stays in close contact with our Fort Bliss counterparts to access and share information, ideas, and trainings to provide the best education for our 6,500 plus military-connected students. To assist with the social and emotional needs of our students, we maximize support services by engaging with our school counselors, including our military and family life counselor, and local agencies such as NAMI, the YWCA, Child Guidance Center, local daycare providers, and the Paso del Norte and Meadows Family Leadership Council. We value and greatly appreciate the sacrifice our military parents make for our country, our community, and our children. We salute you, and we are delighted to have the opportunity to serve you and your family in our district. Thank you for being part of our district and helping us ensure that Team SISD is the right choice for endless opportunities.
The mission of Career and Technical Education is to collaborate with business and industry and post-secondary education to provide programs that will build academic as well as career skills for our students, provide them an opportunity to earn an industry certification, and provide them leadership opportunities through career and technical education student organizations, and provide them opportunities to get exposure into the world of work prior to graduating, and with the hopes that they obtain a job that is better than minimum wage, and hopefully wage earning that they can support themselves or a family, as well as prepare them to go to college and successfully graduate from college.
The Architecture Academy is like a family that a lot of people you go to in a safe place to just learn about architecture. I've gotten to do a lot of things. We do models and sketches. We were able to do different competitions. I get to do floor plans, site plans. I really like landscape, and I think that's something I'm going to get into and study in the future. And we get to also do interior design.
Well, we have 45 different programs through CTE to support different career interests from all the 16 career clusters. We offer dual credit programs for them in many of our programs. We have started implementing pathways in technology early college high schools. We'll have 12 of them starting next year.
We like to study, the basics of firefighting, building construction, because firefighting isn't just, putting water on a fire and it goes out. Firefighting is way deeper into the aspect. There's foam, electrical stuff, equipment, fire trucks, there's different fire trucks. A lot of stuff that, the public doesn't know about. We're very hands-on too. Like everybody has their own gear here. We train a lot with the gear, our hoses. We learn how to use ladders. We were basically being taught what we need to know when we're going to the training academy.
I really do want to do this in the future. One of the competitions, we were able to go to a university, and I was able to experience the college life there, and I'm really looking forward to going to the University of Arizona. I want to study architecture and probably minor in landscaping, and I'm really excited to start my years there.
It's opened me up to many opportunities, really exploring who I am, going deeper into who I am. It opens many doors. I was able to bring the confidence out of myself, meet new classmates, and build bonds with them, and I loved every single bit about it.
I feel like it's a great opportunity because I was able to explore different sections in architecture and get to be able to network with real architects here in El Dorado High School. And I feel like it's an amazing opportunity because we're given the freedom to choose what pathway we want to study in and explore more.
Take the chance. We all live once. You're going to meet a lot of new friends. You're going to meet a lot of new people. You're going to build relationships with people, and ultimately, you're going to become a better person because of this program. And it's fun. It's fun. We're a very fun program.
El Paso parents, pre-K to 12th grade registration is now open for new and returning students. Team SISD's pre-K programs offer engaging hands-on learning for young students to build a solid foundation in their academic journey. Join our top academic academies, award-winning fine arts programs, championship athletics, and career and technical education with highly qualified teachers. Register at sisd.net/enrollment and seize your opportunity in Team SISD. Hello, and welcome to SISD TV News, where we deliver the latest news about the Socorro Independent School District. In today's segment, we'll take a look at this past spring semester's athletic and academic commitments. In our top story, Project Search celebrated the induction of its 6th cohort into the program. The program assists students with disabilities in their last year of high school to learn employability skills and transition from high school into the workforce. The students will participate in a year-long internship at the Hospitals of Providence East Campus.
The national average for individuals with disabilities, their employment is below 20%. And because of this program, we are employing, we've had several years where we have 100%. Our current cohort, we already have 4 students employed, and we're still working to get all of them employed.
Independence is a crazy thing. So once you give a student, any student, the ability to believe in themselves, the growth is miles. It's leaps and bounds. So our students come in shy and timid, but they leave here believing in their own ability. So they are able to voice their needs, their concerns, and can take that into the workforce and have a productive and wonderful life in society. And that's our goal.
I'm so excited to work in a hospital, and also I want to be independent, read books, and helping all people.
I could learn how to work, how to be independent, and earn my own money.
Five Socorro High School students in the Health Professions Academy signed their letters of intent to pursue their nursing career with Texas Tech University Health Science Center.
The program here does an amazing job. They were accepted because they were the cream of the crop, not because they came from Socorro, not because they earned it. And they knew what they wanted, and here they are, and here they finished, and we're looking forward to seeing them in fall for 2024.
I'm so happy. I'm relieved that the 4 years have passed, but I'm more excited to start a new chapter in my life.
6 RAM students signed their letters of intent to continue their STEM and academic careers at universities across the state.
Well, not only are we known throughout the city of El Paso, but now we're recognized in the entire state of Texas. And so it's just these very determined students who are willing to do extra work, a ton of extra hours after school, weekends, even Sundays. And so the work never ends here on the team, and all of their efforts are finally being recognized now when they're graduating.
It's honestly unbelievable. I'm really grateful. It feels like all my hard work has paid off. In the end, just I've learned that never give up, just keep working towards your goals. Sometimes it does get hard, but in the end, if you just keep trying, it'll eventually pay off. And so far it has, so it's amazing.
Team SISD student athletes signed their letters of intent to play at the college level.
I've been thinking about this, been dreaming about this for about 16 years. Been working for it since I was able to walk, so it means a lot.
All the hard work coming from starting playing football at 4 years old, working till I'm 18 now, every year, every day, every second that I put into football paid off very well.
Every day, countless hours, every day in football practice, waking up 5 in the morning. It takes a lot, and then just going to every football game, all the hits, just going to all the games. It takes a lot to get to the end, and I'm finally here playing college football. It means the world to me.
I'm very excited. It's like a dream come true. I've been waiting so long to pick a college and sign, and I found one that was the perfect fit for me, and it had everything that I needed, and they wanted me just as bad as I wanted to go there.
Today's really special. I mean, just to showcase, my talent at the next level is truly a blessing. All my hard work that I put into this sport has truly paid off, so it's awesome.
It makes me feel really happy, and then I'm very thankful for my parents because they're the ones who pushed me to get to this level, and they never gave up on me, as well as all my coaches I had in my career.
I'm so excited. I can't believe this is coming true. Just dreaming about it, and it's almost time. It's pretty amazing.
I'm super excited to be able to actually sign because I never thought I was going to be able to make it, and it's always been a dream since I was a little girl.
I'm excited, and I guess I'm happy that I'm going to school. I'm making my parents proud.
It feels great. It's been a really long journey, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities given to me to play at the next level.
It definitely feels good. I'm most excited. This is probably one of the most best things I've felt in a while, and I'm ready to give it my all and pursue my dream.
But I'm extremely blessed to be here, to have the opportunity to continue playing, because like they had mentioned, only 7% of athletes play at the next level, and I'm just blessed to be able to be one of them.
Running is an individual sport. Whatever you put into it, you're going to get out of it. And obviously, I put in a lot of hard work, but it's helped me get to this point in my life where I'm going to be able to run it at the D1 level.
To have this opportunity to sign, coming out from high school and pursuing our dreams furthermore, and I can't wait what's next for us in the future.
Ever since I was little, I wanted to play the next level, play with bigger people, better people, so I'm excited for it.
I feel amazing. It's bittersweet just because I am going to have to leave my family in the next couple months, but it's very rewarding for sure.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the latest in the Socorro Independent School District. Make sure to follow us on X with the handle @Socorro ISD. Be sure to friend us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Team SISD, and visit our website. Thank you again, and see you next time.
En el distrito de Socorro, aprender es innovador. Volamos drones, tomamos el centro de escenario, cuidamos nuestro medio ambiente y aprendemos a cuidar nuestra salud para ser mejores aprendices de por vida. Las academias de primaria de SISD ofrecen programas únicos para inspirarnos, desafiarnos y prepararnos para el éxito. Regístrate ahora y aprovecha tu oportunidad en el equipo SISD.
Welcome to our beautiful Sun City of El Paso, Texas. I'm Rosie Rodriguez, proud school counselor at Chester Jordan Elementary, home of the Lions. We currently serve 791 students, from our littlest Lions in pre-kinder to our extraordinary preteens in 5th grade. At Chester Jordan, we take pride in serving a diverse community with a large population of military and economically disadvantaged students. Because of this diverse community, we take great pride in providing a comprehensive school counseling program that is ASCA-based and data-driven to benefit all students' academics, college and career readiness, and social-emotional well-being. Simply put, taking care of the whole child. I now welcome you to Chester Jordan Elementary, where I show you what a comprehensive school counseling program has done to the positive culture of our campus. Welcome.
Ms. Rodriguez, when I started here at the leadership team, she was one of the first ones who kind of took me under her wing. And that just goes to show that she's not just about, a school counselor for students. She's a school counselor for everybody, for faculty, staff, the community. She's one of the most selfless people that I have ever come in contact with.
She is an amazing human being that truly is heart. She loves the students, the teachers, the staff. She shows it every day. I think first of all with her smile and her welcoming demeanor.
Okay, we're back from executive session. The time is 9:16 p.m. The date is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024, and we still have a quorum. Continuing then with new business, item A, discussion and possible action regarding terms and extension of acting superintendent's supplemental duty agreement.
Board President Nahara, Acting Superintendent Vasquez, and members of the board, we discussed Mr. Vasquez's current agreement, which did have an expiration term attached to it, which is why we need to act on it to continue with an extension of that agreement. We discussed the terms of that extension in executive session. I'll be drafting that amendment and presenting it to Mr. Vasquez and Board President Nahara for signature, and it'll be posted on the website. I'd ask that you go ahead and approve the amendment of the Acting Superintendent Supplemental Duty Agreement on the terms discussed in closed session.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mrs. Nahara, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The item passes. Thank you, Mr. Blanco. Moving on then with 12B, consider approval of administrative recommendations, starting with 12B1, principal at Vista del Sol Environmental Science Academy. Mr. Vasquez.
President Nahara and members of the board, administration recommends Jennifer Ellis Martinez to assume the role and responsibilities as the new principal of Vista del Sol Environmental Sciences Academy.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve made by Ms. Macias, seconded by Ms. Gardea. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Congratulations. Moving on then to 12B2, assistant principals. We'll start with Desert Wind Pre-K 8 School. Mr. Vasquez.
President Nahara and members of the board, administration recommends Andrea Carrasco to assume the role and responsibilities as the new assistant principal of Desert Wind Pre-K 8 School.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Ms. Gardea, seconded by Mrs. Nahara. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Item passes. Congratulations. AP at Escontria STEAM Academy, Mr. Vasquez.
President Nahara, members of the board, administration is not making a recommendation at this time for the assistant principal at the Escontria STEAM Academy.
Continuing then with AP's assistant principal at Montwood Middle School.
President Nahara, members of the board, administration recommends Stephen Mark Thomas to assume the role and responsibilities as the new assistant principal of Montwood Middle School.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve made by Ms. Gardea, seconded by Ms. Macias. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Congratulations. Continuing with assistant principal at William D. Slider Middle School, Mr. Vasquez.
President Nahara, members of the board, administration recommends Daniela Gonzalez to assume the role and responsibilities as the new assistant principal of William D. Slider Middle School.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve made by Ms. Gardea, seconded by Mrs. Macias. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. And assistant principal at Pebble Hills High School, Mr. Vasquez.
President Nahara, members of the board, administration recommends Daniel Delgado to assume the role and responsibilities as the new assistant principal of Pebble Hills High School.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Mrs. Macias, seconded by Mrs. Nahara. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Congratulations to those last two. There be no further business before the board. We are adjourned at 9:20 p.m. The date is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024.